Hello and welcome to episode 350 of the UK Steelers podcast. You're joined as always by me, Simon Winstanley. I've got my two friends here, Gavin Marshall, Mark Hansen. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine Wednesday afternoon?
Not too bad. Excited to go through this schedule show. Always a return. I think this is the 5th time we've done this. The records have been a little bit all over the map. Last year's we were all a bit pessimistic, but we were more optimistic than the bookies, who were really down on the Steelers. A couple of years we've nailed it. Most of the years we've nailed it. I think I'm the leading champion of this. But
that's a surprise.
Well, not a surprise because I'm good at predicting Steelers games. But
Have you just picked 9 and 8 every year? Is that?
No. Yeah. I don't think it's particularly difficult to. I don't think it's a massive achievement. But
well, we'll get into last year. But I'm good. Looking forward for this one, and then on we go. The off season rolls on.
Into the deep gory off season. Speaking of gory, let's just get through a few bits of housekeeping as we do. Follow the show at UK Steelers Pod on Twitter, UK Steelers Podcast on YouTube. Follow the show live as I imagine a few people are doing right now on the YouTube for all the context. You're definitely going to want to do this potentially if you're listening on audio right now. Maybe go check this out on the YouTube for this episode specifically, because on the back half of this episode, after we speak about the Steelers' schedule, we're going to go through all 32 schedule release videos from the 32 teams. We're going to rank them. We're going to give them grades. Gav's going to see a lot of them for the first time, so that's going to be a specific. You are going to have audio with this. I think it's that we have set that up to work, hopefully. So if you are listening to audio, if you're in the car or whatever, then you should be good. But this might be one to go check the YouTube on if you want to see the visual accompaniment.
Having promised we will never desert our audio listeners, we're deserting our audio listeners.
We aren't deserting our audio listeners. The audio works. Listen, in fact, I actually think that the audio product of this now is enhanced because you're getting the video audio that we would never have used before, because before it would have just been us, right? And now you're getting these clips. Right. It's good. It's going to be good stuff.
I hope so.
UK Steelers Podcast on Patreon. Go follow us there as well. You can follow us even for free if you like, just to keep up to date with any bits and bobs news. It's the best place, probably, if you want to be unified and find us, because, I do apologize. I know people probably are reaching out to me on Twitter. I just really don't go on as much as I used to because the place is a hellhole. So do follow us on Patreon, even for free if you like, or subscribe for as little as £1 to support the show, as our wonderful Patreon producers do. Jason Bowdler, Rob Ferguson, Teenage Mutant Ninja Dave Hart, Glenn Jones, Matt Audley, Steve Williams, Ian Ferrugia, Christian Robb, Thomas Fielding, Joe Pearson, Philip Williams, Laura Casey, our resident food correspondent, Christopher Anderson, Michael Coonahan, Chris James, Paul Fielding, Tom Allen, the obscenely handsome Lee Matthews, and the Aussie Storm. And before the trumpets, I want to correct something I just did. I did not stop and say, Tom! So I'd like everyone to imagine that I did. Just rectify that in your brains. Now we may commence with the trumpets. Thank you.
Thanks to those wonderful producers.
That is bollocks.
I like how you just called him the Aussie Storm as well. He didn't even say Galileo West.
Did I not? Oh, wow. I cut myself off. Well, he's promised he's never drinking again. So.
Oh, that's a shame. Why?
He's going to be locked in. Well, he does that every 5 days.
Oh, okay. Fine.
He does that every 5 days. I wouldn't be too worried about it. All right. The Steelers schedule. Oh wait, no. There's a few bits more I wanted to mention. Sorry, before we move on. Please do sign up to the WhatsApp group to get notified of when we go live. How do people do that, Gav?
You go onto your WhatsApp. You find the thing down at the bottom that says updates. You go in there. You search for UK Steelers. You'll find the channel and you join, and then you get updates.
Beautiful. I bet you didn't know that existed, did you? Average WhatsApp user.
No.
Well, now you do.
Didn't know you're born in terms of what I learned most of these things off my at that point 12-year-old daughter. Didn't realise it existed. I was like, oh, maybe we should do that.
What channels was she subscribed to?
Yeah,
I'll keep an eye on
heavily monitored ones. Don't worry.
UKSteelers.com is the place to go for all your latest and greatest UK Steelers info as well. Sign up to the email newsletter to be kept abreast of all the details. And that's also the place to be. If you go on to UKSteelers.com, that's where you can find all season and you can bookmark the page. There's 2026 up-to-date Steelers schedule in GMT or BST if you're a pedantic Reddit user.
Well, it flips. Stephen very cleverly flipped it. Right. So he even includes the time change for the UK fans. So this is big
and
news.
the Parisian game.
And the prison game, it tells you all how many times have you gone, you have to dig around trying to find the times. It's like, what time are we playing? Is it? And Google reverses the home and away thing. So you're like, is it home or away? I'm not sure. That's annoying. So
Google AI lies to you,
it lies
gaslights
to
you 3 times.
Yeah,
Yep.
you set your alarms and wake up at the wrong time. You miss the kickoff. None of that is possible anymore because of Stephen's amazing schedule. He's doing the service for all of the UK fans. So bookmark that.
Yep, absolutely. It was the and Stephen knows this, but we've got to shout him out anyway. I mean, he was really the first person to get a complete schedule out there. I mean, not just the GMT one, like full stop. Just because he'd spent all day, I guess, piecing together all the leaks and the different teams that had leaked the Steelers games out themselves and whatnot, and he'd pieced it together by 3-4 hours before the schedule. I mean, we were recording that day, right? And I think we were live on the show when Stephen dropped it, and I tweeted it out and put it out on Reddit, and it was the biggest post on r/Steelers that day because I think it was really being reacted to by everyone because it was the first time most people had seen the schedule, even if they were confused by the strange times that were attached to it. So credit to Stephen.
Yeah, yep. Stephen, among others, to pull back the curtain, some of the silent voices of the UK Steelers podcast, like Laura Casey as well. And Jason Bowdler, we're in constant communication with these, with in WhatsApp groups. We're trying to work out what we're doing. It's all a big organisation of trying to push this fan group forward and be bigger and better. So we're the ones you hear, but Stephen and Laura and Jason, they're doing just as much behind the scenes. So I want to shout them out.
Absolutely. And I think most of our listeners know that, right? But I think it is easy, because it's funny. Like we stemmed, we can navel gaze here in the deep off season. We stemmed, if you remember, originally from the concept of, one of these, what was it, First and 10, right? The
network.
The podcast network, right? Which now, which made me laugh the other day when we saw that guy on the Facebook page, the NFL UK Facebook page with his AI-generated artwork for all 32 teams that he'd come up with for his network. And it just makes me laugh because, obviously that's the idea that everybody has. Everybody wants to do the across the pond, all 32 teams. It'd be great to have this control. But what I enjoy, what I like now is, and I feel like we finally, it's crazy almost, I guess, that it's taken this long, but also it isn't because it took us this long to find our feet, right? And these things have gone in tandem with each other. But now it feels like we're all kind of working together and pulling together towards the same goal, which is, and I think probably a lot of this was, the solidification of the official fan group, right? And when we made that announcement, and
I think that lit a fire under all of us.
Yes,
Shit, we need to make this actually. We need to be worthy of this. That we're an official fan club. We can't just carry on doing what we were. We need to big it up.
Yeah. So I think basically what I'm saying is it feels like we're fighting for the home team now. No, right? It feels like we're all pulling in the same direction. It's great. It's cool. It's awesome. Everybody's excited about what we're doing. Believe in your dreams, kids. Right. Okay. Schedule. What do you want to jump in? Is there anything I've missed? Anything you want?
There's loads you've missed. Well, I mean,
actual news happened.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Crap.
There is.
Hit that horn, babe. Let's dance.
Oh God.
All right, let's go. Steelers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Steelers.
Great minds think alike, Gav.
I genuinely thought neither of you were going to back out of that, and we were just going to.
Well, as soon as I hit it, I thought he's going to hit at the same time. We're going to have no sound
chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great organizational skills. Steelers signed a quarterback this week, gentlemen. Don't know if you ever heard of him. Just check. It's A. Rodgers. A. Rodgers.
Just a Rodgers.
Just a Rodgers. Just a jolly good Rodgering. Yep. The biggest secret is out. Enterprise Rent-A-Car has confirmed that Aaron Rodgers is in the city and he is signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers with a bit of, I don't know, potentially, we'll discuss it, a surprising number on the end of the contract, I guess. Scored himself a bit of a raise despite what I would argue is no market. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe Denver was interested. Maybe the Cardinals were using him as leverage with Brissett. I don't know, but we can discuss all that. But the long and short of it is Aaron Rodgers going to be back with the Steelers. We're doing this for another year, boys.
Yes.
Strap in.
Yes, we are. I genuinely thought you were going to drop the sound drop then. That's why I left the pause.
Oh, sorry. Crap. No.
No, don't worry about it.
This.
Yeah, no. But, no, I mean, good on Aaron Rodgers for making that Malik Willis money. I'm sure he's been dying for that. No, it was obvious, wasn't it? And I'm just glad it's now happened. It's there's secrets out, and there's no. Yeah, maybe there was a little bit of worry at some point that he wasn't going to come back, but really, I think we all knew it was going to happen. And he's already come out today. He said this is it. This is the last year. I'm almost certain he said that last year. But he has said this will be the final run. And he's already, said about really being happy to mentor the guys that we've got in the room as well, Alla and Howard. So, yeah, I hope they can be sponges to him. I think that's kind of the key thing for us, if nothing else this season. Get those two guys developed as much as possible to see if we've got a true heir apparent among them. But it knew it was going to happen, and I just hope Aaron brings some of what he did last year, but with a little bit of a different result at the end of it.
Gav, before I go to you, I did just find the key to the basement that I keep the house band, and I have just whipped them up the stairs.
I'm the Love-Matic Grandpa.
I talked recently about my own ayahuasca journey.
Ayahuasca, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
The metamorphosis is happening.
Because I was searching for a deeper level of self-love. Went down to Machu Picchu and had magical experiences in Peru, in Sacred Valley, and had a couple really interesting nights on the medicine and came back a changed person.
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets. I feel like I was opening my eyes for the first time.
The best sound drop in the game is back, baby.
We got another year of it. Maybe we're gonna have a year 2 update. We'll see. I won't promise anything. Gav, where are you falling on the old Love-Matic Grandpa scale right now, with another season of Aaron Rodgers looming over our heads?
I'm hot tamale. This is great. So Mark, you said there you're glad he's back. There's been some rumbling, some dissent. That people wanted to see what would happen with the Alla Howard box number 2 window. Not me though. No, I was always, I want Rodgers back. I want one more year. I think I've made that clear. So yeah, I thought this was going to happen. I thought the Mike McCarthy thing made it even more likely that he was going to come back. So I wasn't surprised. I'm just kind of relieved.
The Aaron Rodgers thought police have returned, and everyone will submit until such a time as he's moved on.
I will not have any Will Howard wrong think around here.
Here's what I'll say, and I know none of this matters. I know it's irrelevant, really, but if you do the rounds and you are listening to the various national media podcasts, all your various favorite locations around the league right now, to a man this week, every single reaction I've seen to this outside of the Pat McAfee show, which let's be honest, kind of shills for everyone they speak about. But that's kind of their jobs. Every single person to a man, every commentator, every pundit, every talking head this week has come out and kind of agreed that they all feel that the Steelers are spinning, that while they all expected this move, it's not the direction they would have gone, right? And as usual, talking heads don't offer some alternate route that they would have gone down, right? Because it's all just reactionary. But is there anything to this idea, Gav, that we, I do feel like the National and the other 31 teams view the Steelers a bit like we probably looked at the Colts 2 years ago, right? As just this team that's like kind of spinning with its wheels and doesn't want to move on and won't. I do think there's an argument to that, and I've listened to what you and Rich have said about sort of unlocking this offense, and I agree. I do agree it's probably the best thing to do for the football in Pittsburgh this season. But equally, I think there's a world where when I see someone like Brett Coleman this week tweet out what he tweeted about how he just feels like, Art 2 is just never going to let this situation get rebooted and just doesn't have the guts to sort of stand there and say, hey, we maybe need to do something revolutionary here and not just be the most competitive team that we think we can be this season. I don't know. I get lost in my head about this. I don't know what I'm asking you, Gav, but is there something to this? This idea that we are just spinning our wheels, and everybody seems to unanimously agree, unless you're inside the Steelers hive mind where we all seem to be like, Aaron Rodgers is the best possible outcome this season,
Well, the non-Aaron Rodgers outcome was significantly worse, I think. That's number one.
But this season it would be. But is it worse really in the grand scheme of things? Like,
yes, well, look at what Phil's put in the chat. It's a great point. He's Team Rodgers coming back. Look at the quarterbacks that get a year or two to sit and develop versus those that flame out after getting thrown into the fire. Mahomes had a year behind Alex Smith. Rodgers had a year, almost 2 years, didn't he, behind Favre?
Yep.
Jordan Love behind Rodgers. I think that's a great point. You know, it helps the development, definitely helps the development having this Hall of Fame guy around, but just the fact that they're not being thrust behind a line that's not yet cohered as well. So I don't think you can be too down on this. The national media probably knows less than we do. So, and you know, but
I do think it, but not, you know, when I say national media, I know it's easy to dismiss it, but I will say not even just the usual talking heads. I mean, people I respect, you know, people whose opinions you would potentially value higher than the usual pundit. I feel like everyone is kind of out on what the Steelers are doing here. This sort of grand experiment with Rodgers.
are they?
I
don't think so.
Mark, right? Let me just, Mark, just you know, unbiased observer. How do you feel the national conversation is right now around the Steelers and Rodgers?
It's not good. And you know, even Damashek's on that, but Damashek's always been a little bit anti-Rodgers, I think.
Yeah.
But the national media just sees 40-odd-year-old quarterback coming back to a team that should be doing better than it is. I think people just have the thing is, what are we supposed to do otherwise?
Sure,
I am absolutely on the boat. As much as I really like Will Howard and I liked him coming out, he's not ready, and it's evident he's not ready. Allah's definitely not going to be ready. We don't want Mason Rudolph again. What situation do you want out of this? And we can always talk. You can always go back and talk about, oh, maybe they should have done this or they should have done that. That's obviously not the route this team wanted to go down. And even then, if you take a Malik Willis or you trade for a Mac Jones, how is that a guaranteed win? Mac Jones has had his struggles. Malik Willis has, been primarily a backup, and this is his first big starting opportunity. Everything's a gamble. Like,
can I put this to you? Because I think what some of the more respected people I've heard the argument, and I did sort of think about this. Some people have said, well, the problem with the Steelers isn't saying what can we do right now. The problem is that you've continually passed up on your opportunities. We could have drafted Malik Willis about 3 times before he was drafted. We could have drafted Jackson Dart. We could have drafted Tyler Shook. We could have drafted. There have been quarterbacks available there to us, right? And I know we got burned by Kenny Pickett, and so we didn't want to do it again. And these various things. And now we've taken Drew Aller, but I got to admit, and I'll put it to you this way, Gav. If this wasn't the Steelers, and if this was the exact same situation with all the exact same players, but it was another team, it was happening to another team, would we be looking at that situation the same way we're looking at it from the inside, or would we just be kind of saying another year with the Steelers, whatever X imaginary metaphorical team is? You know what I mean? I do just try and check myself sometimes and think, am I getting too caught up in this kind of Steelers echo chamber of, well, this is the best it can be, and not thinking about the legitimate criticism of the mistakes that have been made leading to this?
I bet my bottom dollar the defense is way better this year.
Oh,
way better with Patrick Graham than Terrell Elston. He should never be mentioned again. So therefore, you have to look back at teams that have had great defenses with the players that the Steelers have. Should be a great defense. You got to look back at, was it 2015? Peyton Manning, Denver Broncos, that awesome defense. And the husk, the ashen grey husk of Manning, but yet he had the leadership, the intangibles, the between the ears stuff going on, and that's the model we should be looking at with Rodgers. Yes, he can't move anymore. Yes, he's maybe the arm's starting to diminish a little bit, but he's still got it upstairs. He's still a leader. So that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm dreaming of.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. I got to admit, I'm not super confident where we sit. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic for the idea of seeing just a new scheme, right? Like a new offense and a whole new way of running things. But I am also not particularly optimistic for the ultimate outcome of this season. I
Yeah,
gotta be
but
honest.
again, everything this off season is just going to loop back to the same thing, and isn't it? It's all brand new. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, obviously that's not brand new, but everything else around him feels somewhat brand new. Especially, all the coaching is brand new. So we cannot say for sure what is going to happen. This could be a completely different. It's going to be a completely different offensive outlook. You've got new weapons in there. You've got an offensive head coach. It's all going to feel very, very different. And, then we just have to see if the outcome then becomes different because of that. But Gav, raises a great point about the defense. Things are looking encouraging with this defense so far, particularly, Patrick Graham seems to be saying all the right things, doing all the right things, and things seem very encouraging there. So, it's going to be a long off season of talk, that's for sure. I mean, we're only in May, we're only a month removed from the draft. We've got a way to go yet, but yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic that we can push on a little bit further. I think this is the problem. We have no idea, and this schedule talk is going to be completely, in new territory because of where we are. So, cautiously optimistic because I do think, if this is truly Aaron's last year now, he's going to want to prove something, and hopefully under a new coaching staff, he's able to do a better job than he did last year.
And also, you've got to look at where the Steelers are right now. They're pot committed. You can't. There's nowhere they can turn. They have to have Rodgers as long as he comes back. He's the best option, as Tom Allen said. As much as I don't want it to be Rodgers, it's the right thing to do. Absolutely. It's like the HS2 thing. I don't know if you've been following that. But basically, that should be cancelled, but it's going to cost 60% of the completion budget to cancel it. So they might as well just do it, even though it's not going to work, and it's only going to go as far as Birmingham and actually be slower than a normal train. Like, you might as well just carry on.
My God, it is Aaron Rodgers. Jesus, HS2 is Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Oh, my days.
Sorry, Northern fans. You're not getting connected to London anytime soon.
The funny thing about this HS2 thing was I don't think we even wanted to be.
No one wanted it. no one wanted it.
None of the Northerners.
I lived there, and I never spoke to anyone that was like, "Yeah, I really want this train so I can get to London faster." I think everyone was just like, "It would be great if London would bring us more stuff up here, so we don't have to go. We don't have to see those people." It was generally the consensus. Anyway,
let's save that for the Patreon discussion.
Yeah, let's. Right. Exactly. We'll do a big North v South debate one day. Well, should we use that then? I don't know if there's any. I don't know if anything else particularly noteworthy happened roster-wise this week. But do you want to use that as a kind of bouncing board into the schedule then? And because it's good that we know now, at least we 100% certain. I know we thought it was going to happen, but now we know that Aaron Rodgers is going to be installed as the start of week 1, and we can kind of use that to base our thoughts around the schedule.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, Dante Kent might be back, but that's about as exciting as it gets otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, there was the quick note on the offensive line that was rolled out for OTAs, right? Have you got that? Have you got that in front of you, Mark?
I haven't got it, but I can remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah.
He says. So I believe it was Fautanu at left tackle. This is the starting line, wasn't it? So Fautanu at left tackle moved over from the right. McCormick at left guard moved over from the right. Obviously, Frazier as a centre. And Spencer Anderson at right guard, and then it was Dylan Cook at right tackle as first line. That's correct, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of first line out there, and obviously that's going to change. But I think it's very interesting to see because McCormick played left guard primarily at college, didn't he? So he's back in. Well, I say natural position. Have you seen all this sort of discourse back and forth about? Natural positions for O linemen versus that being ridiculous. There seems to be there seems to be some kind of debate as to whether an O lineman has a natural position. There are some people that feel
because O line play is such a natural thing to do.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's it's the question of fluidity versus having a specified role and what's. What should teams be angling for?
I guess it's like when you go to Europe and you have to drive on the other side of the road. Everything's backwards, right? And it does. I think it does. Some people are ambidextrous, aren't they, and can flip, and then other people, they might accidentally after a while turn the wrong way around a roundabout or something. I guess it's like that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it is as well. I do think it's absolutely person specific. I don't think there's a general answer to it at all. I mean, Duke Manyweather, who's the big O-line guy on Twitter, obviously got great history of O-line stuff there. I believe he is of the mindset that you need. Is he the one that said you need specific? I can't remember which way around it was again. He was in a debate. I believe he was kind of pushing on the idea that you need a specific spot as an O lineman.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an interesting debate that I'd kind of seen kicking around on Twitter as of late.
Yeah, because on our lads, Spencer Anderson is listed as starting left guard, which is quite interesting. Obviously, they flipped it. It's McCormick at left, isn't it? And Anderson at right at that initial one.
Yeah.
So interesting. Is that just Anderson's been put in there as a placeholder? Because we like Anderson, but do we think he's actually legitimate, got a chance of winning that job? I mean, I guess he's up against. At what point do they move Brojo inside? That's the real quiz.
Well, he's got to get healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're going to do that this season, to be honest.
I mean, he's out there, isn't he? He's moving about. He's not completely off to the side. So we'll see. But obviously not that encouraging that he's not part of that first line. But yeah, I don't think he ever was going to be. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as well.
And to answer your question, Gav, I do think it's realistic, at least to start the season, that we could see Spencer Anderson win that job. I mean, I know it's not the sexy thing to do, but this happens all the time. I mean, how often do we in February and March and April get super excited about a Jennings Dunker type, and then by the time the season actually starts and the week one roster's revealed, the oftentimes the veteran kind of edges it out just for the security of we've got some trust in this guy. It all depends on training camp, right, and the level of trust they have. But I wouldn't I'd say it's maybe 50-50 right now, or maybe even 60-40 in favor of a Dunker or someone else, I guess. But I wouldn't suggest that Spencer Anderson is definitely not going to win that job.
No, it's every chance. It's just I loved him so much as a tackle eligible. I feel like he
right. I see. Yeah.
wasted at guard, but yeah. Right.
And as well, it could just be it may as well be, like you say, new coaching staff. You want a bit of a chance to just see what guys are capable of doing in some versatile roles.
Yeah, and a respect thing as well. It's the incumbent, most snaps probably out of the guys. Definitely more than Dunker. Yeah. So I think it's a respect thing. He's earned it. He's earned his shot. It's his job to lose. Sure. I think. Yeah.
I just got it confirmed in my own thing as well. Yeah. So Duke Manyweather refutes any claim that linemen can mix and match positions. That's it. So he stands on that side of things. Whereas other people say that there is no such thing as a natural position for an O lineman. So. But I do think it is person.
Yeah, of course it's person. I mean,
specific.
I've heard Carl Long speak on this enough to know that he's not lying, right, about his experiences. So obviously it's person. But this seems to me like a very narcissistic viewpoint from the view of people that are like ambidextrous, like you said, Mac. Like the idea that, I'm able to play all 5 positions along the line. So
it's the classic thing of why great sports people make terrible coaches, because they're like, you just do this thing and you take the ball past 5 people and score a touchdown. Why can't you do that? Whereas it's the guys that kind of failed a little bit, that had to motivate themselves to be better, to learn the little tricks, all the little tricks and trades to maximize their ability. They're the ones that make better coaches. As you would attest to, Si, as a level C NFL coach, right?
Right, exactly. And as a failure.
Well, that was the bit that was written between the lines. So I'm glad you picked up on
that. Okay, shall we get into the schedule then? Shall we
Please.
jump into it? All right. Has everyone got it up in front of them? Because I've got a great place you can find it.
Well, it's on the stream in seconds. Here it is. Stephen's beautiful graphic there. For just for clarity, the gold is home, the white is away. There you go.
As it says on the left and right.
Yeah, but
For the listener, if you want to follow along, if you're on the audio, whatever, uksteelers.com/schedule. It could not be an easier URL. Do not make me send it to you. You can type that in.
Now that the YouTube is caught up, I can see that it does not say that on the left and right.
Thank
so
you,
I do
Mark.
apologise.
Yes,
Gavin.
I didn't pull you up on
Wait,
it.
it
but
does say that on the left and right, though.
I'm zoomed in.
It does.
I'm zoomed in.
Yeah, he zoomed in.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Fair play. Fair
He's
play.
got you there.
I took the magnanimous position of staying silent, Mark. There you go.
Yeah, you took
hope
the
you
high road,
appreciate
and I'm
that.
very
Yeah,
proud of you for
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I'm becoming a better person.
Yeah, you are. I keep saying that to people. I keep going, Gav, he's become a better person. I do keep saying that to people.
Thanks.
Okay, a lot of room for growth. Okay, week 1.
They were no wonder.
The Steelers open up at home in week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons, Sunday, September 13th at 6 p.m. This is going to be the first home game for the Steelers in week 1 since when? Jeez.
Since we got absolutely battered by the 49ers in week 1 of 23, I think it was.
Was that
When
not
I
week
went to-
2?
Yeah, I went to... No, that was week 1.
That was week 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
went to Hickory's, all very excited about the Steelers season. Very quickly dissipated.
That wasn't the Mason game, right? Which game? am I
No,
thinking
Pickett
of?
was playing that one, I think.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So I was thinking of a Mason Rudolph game where I think it was the week after week 1 when he came in. It was Seahawks week 1. Ben got injured, and then Mason came in.
Oh, that's
for the-
2019. Yeah, that's...
Got you. Oh, that was the
yeah.
game I was thinking of. Okay, so it's not been as long as I thought, but still, it has been few and far between the last.
I mean,
decade
this
or
is the
so.
second one, yeah, in the last decade.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pirates, for not playing at home this time.
Yes, that's the main thing I think this year. So, what do we think of that as an opener? A bit of a, I mean, regular 6 p.m. opener there, but playing against the Falcons, obviously very questionable QB situation going on there right now.
Yeah, Tua.
Yeah.
We get Tua of
You
week
imagine
1.
Tua-
Love it.
Well, actually, it will be Tua, right? Because
Penix is going to be out by the looks of it.
he's gonna
he
still be
won't
out, right?
return. Yeah, so it looks like it could be Tua or I mean, who the hell else is in that QB room in Atlanta? I'll have to have a look at that.
I don't know who
But,
the third QB is at Atlanta. We need to play the QB game later this offseason to find that out.
Oh, that's
we do,
coming. Don't
we
worry.
do. Be a good one. Can I start us off with a prediction?
I was going to say, yeah. How do you want? Are we just going to do this like this? Yeah, as we go through each game, we'll each pick it. Yeah.
Trevor
I
Simeon
think
is
so.
your third string quarterback.
Wait, Trevor Simeon still marching around. Fair enough.
So it's
Could-
what's
he could still win
Penix's
it.
how long's what's Penix's injury designation there? He's IR, right? But is he set to come back this year or?
Yes, I think so.
So it's Tua. So if Tua gets knocked
is
out
he-
of the game, as he's prone to, then it could be the Simeon we're looking at, or Jack
Yeah.
Strand, whoever he is. But
Jack Strand.
He sounds like a character from a Hideo Kojima game.
where are the Falcons in their? Where are they? Like, are they in a down?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Great. Move on. No, I mean, they hit the highs. They hit their window in about 2017, 18, the end of Matt Ryan, the Super Bowl, collapse. Where have they been since then? I mean, they've just
Nowhere.
Twisting
They've
in the wind.
absolutely faltered, and it's a shame because I think this is a team that should be, doing a lot better than it has been. But there's just been so many questionable decisions by that organization, and just the roster building has just not produced what it needs to. I mean, Kyle Pitts has been just hasn't worked out as much as they would like it to. And
I don't think you
Bijan's
could blame them for that. I mean,
No,
everyone was hoodwinked by the Pitts signing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he could still have, stood to have better coaching around him, I guess. But I mean, that's Stefanski as well, isn't it now? So they've got a new head coach. He's, once again, we're faced with Kevin Stefanski. So, but yeah, this team's nowhere near where it probably should be. But the roster kind of is just a bit meh right at the moment. I mean, look at that receiver room outside of Drake London. I mean.
But they do have the one thing I'll give the Falcons is, and obviously it's week 1, so you just don't know, do you? They have a spine, right? They have like a very, very talented, especially skill position spine, right? With Drake London as your wide receiver 1, maybe the best running back talent wise in the league. A tight end with and I know, we can say what we want about Pitts. He ended last season very well. Now, if he'd have done that in season 2 instead of like season 5, we'd be calling it a sophomore breakout. I'm not going to say that because I'm not getting burned by.
I
Cal
do think
Pitts
under
again.
Stefanski he may well flourish as well. He might have more of a more of a. I mean, I can't remember who the OC is at Atlanta these days, but
Tommy
if that's
Rees.
changed as well. Oh, okay.
They've also got
yeah.
Jeff Ulbrich, so keep your mobile phone numbers handy, boys.
Yeah.
Don't want his
I was
son
following along with the
contacting us.
stream, and Gav just zoomed in on Divine Diablo for some reason.
No, so I'm still getting the hang of my Zoom controls here. Sometimes I do some random Zooms.
Is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? I don't know.
He's good, though. I'll tell you that much. How much? I mean, what a blunder. They signed Kirko for a big deal. They draft Penix, and it looks like neither of those, well, definitely not Kirk, but neither of those seem to be the answer, and they're turning to Tua. Yeah. Or do they think that Penix is the answer and it's just an injury? But he looked pretty rough. His rookie season was all right, wasn't it? That second half of that season where he came in. But last year didn't look so good. And there were questions about his accuracy and his decision-making, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they'd be stupid to move on because he's got quite a lot of talent, big arm and such. And so it makes sense to bring in a veteran. But what do you feel about Penix?
I'm not high on him, to be perfectly honest with you. I think you hit the nail on the head with his performance. I think it's good to have somebody like Tua in there. We'll see what version of Tua we get because we just don't know what he has in the tank anymore. But in terms of Penix's future, I don't know. We have to see how much of this season he plays, and then all of a sudden you've got to start thinking about whether you're going to do the 5-year option, whether you're just going to move on. Like, are Atlanta going to be in a QB needy situation in 2027? They're going to join the list. So, it's all up in the air, I think, with Penix, especially injury-wise. Like, need to see when he comes back in and see how he goes from there. But, I mean, this for me, if it's Tua's Atlanta playing week 1, give me the Steelers every single day of the
absolutely.
week.
I mean, does Tua suit the receiving core they've got? The receiving core built for sort of boundary, deep, high catch point magic, right? That's not Tua, is it? Tua's dink and dunk, like throw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and let someone else take it away. Who's that guy for this team? Is it
because
Dotson?
if Tua tries to throw it downfield, he's seeing 27 players out there with his own jersey.
Drake London is going to have the worst time with Tua. He's
Yeah.
not only gonna catch like 50% of the balls that he should, but he's also probably gonna get like absolutely KO'd on a hospital ball.
So is Zachariah Branch the answer? Is he going to thrive under Tua?
Could be Olamide Zacchaeus. Everybody loves Zacchaeus.
He's a bit of a
in
deep,
the fantasy land.
Deep threat, isn't he? I've just dropped him. He was a bit let down. But I mean, you look at the line. The line's good. I've always been a Lindstrom fan. Jake Matthews, Bergeron, that's solid. Jawan Taylor, we'll see. The line's good. They've got one of the better running backs in the league, potentially the most physically gifted tight end in the league, athletically. This should be a good offense. They just don't have the quarterback.
Yeah.
And
I like what Tom put. I like what
the Steelers of last year.
I like what Tom put in the chat. They are a GM and a coaching staff away from being Super Bowl contenders.
I'd argue a quarterback as well.
Yeah. Well, that comes along with the GM to find one.
True. That's true.
All right. Anyway, we probably can't spend this long on every.
No, but it's the opening game, so we're gonna. So actually, I want to say,
exciting.
the bookies have got the Steelers as 3-point favourites.
Oh, I just did a
You
mark.
did a mark.
Oh, somebody cut that. Cut that sound.
No.
Oh, I've realised we started this without recapping how we did.
Oh, last year.
So, quick handbrake turn, U-turn, screech. Last year's schedule prediction before we get into predicting this game. Actual Steelers went. Can you remember?
10-7.
10-7. Correct. You win. The bookies had the Steelers going 6-11.
Every time.
Yeah. Ketz and Cy 7-10.
Oh.
Mark 8-9. Gavin 9-8. So I was the closest, and I was the one above 500. So yet again, I'm the closest to the correct score. So listen to me, ignore these goons, and right. So let's.
I was a
game.
Tyler Loop kick away from being absolutely spot on.
I don't know how I was too down, like too negative. Like, how did they?
Wait,
how
no, I
did
wouldn't
they?
have been right.
How did they exceed my expectations?
Well, I've got it here. If you want to go, well, no, let's not do it.
And yet, it didn't feel like they did it.
Given how long we're talking about the Falcons, I'm not going to dig into actual last year's predictions, but let's predict this one. So the bookies have got the Steelers win. I'm going to predict a Steelers win.
I'm
Mark?
going to predict a Steelers win.
Okay. And so.
This smells stinky to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's got this like stink of, because this is the exact game that Mike Tomlin would never have lost, right? Is the opening home game. Like this is the game that would have filled us with optimism for the rest of the season under Mike Tomlin. And I wonder if it's going to be like, oh, actually it's like total panic stations. Like, are the new Steelers completely cooked because they have a bit of a disastrous week one? I'm going to take the Falcons.
Ooh, unreal.
Bijan Robinson absolutely destroys a defense that doesn't look like it knows what it's doing in week one.
How much of a disaster is this if this happens? The sky is falling in, no? The defense falls apart. Fire Patrick Graham chants start out. Oh, no.
Fire Patrick Graham.
I think it's important to because, and we're going to get to this, right, with the games that are coming up, but this is not, to me, the easiest schedule in the world. And, so I think there's a lot of pressure almost on what is ultimately like a bit of a random game at week one with a new coaching staff, 2 new coaching staffs, with nothing to really study beyond, the previous places. I don't know. It could be a bit of a coin flip game.
Yeah, coin flip game, okay. But Steelers at home, Falcons playing a dome, playing outside. All right, it's late summer, early autumn.
They're going to be so run heavy in this game. They're not going to want to put anything on Tua's plate.
And Steelers,
Derek Carman's just going to stuff it then.
Steelers have a returning quarterback reunited with a coach that he won a Super Bowl with versus Tua that doesn't know the offense and can't remember what team he's playing for. So I don't see how you can edge this to the Falcons, but fine, it's there, it's been recorded, we move on.
Yeah, Tua will lose this and blame his head coach Mike McDaniel for the loss.
I like playing this game with Gav because when you make your picks, he says, "I don't know how you could possibly make that pick. It's a disgrace," but I've written it down. All right, week 2, Patriots. We go to Foxborough in week 2, another 6 p.m. game. Who are the Patriots playing week 1? Is it the rematch of the Super Bowl? Or did I make that up? I made that up, right?
That was rumored. I can't remember if it actually became the thing. It's the Colts. Oh no, that's the preseason. Sorry, stupid preseason. They open.
Stupid preseason.
No, it is the Super Bowl rematch. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So they're coming off playing the Seahawks, and that is a late game. But I guess that's Wednesday because it's before the okay.
So they get a nice big.
They're gonna have plenty of rest. Yeah, okay. So actually gonna have a lot more rest than us heading into that game. They're gonna have. Hold on. If that's played on Wednesday, then they're gonna have Thursday, Friday. They're gonna have 4 days extra rest in week 2.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. And I kind of dunked on the Patriots a little bit last season, thinking that they weren't all that. And I mean, ultimately, they didn't win the thing. They kind of fell apart a little bit in that Super Bowl game. I'm not going to be dragging on them this year. I do think this is going to be a Patriots win. I do think this team is going to be, strong and possible contenders again. Although I do think they probably won't make the Super Bowl again. But I am, somewhat quietly confident that this will not be a good game for the Steelers.
Yeah. I agree.
It's hard. It's hard with this one.
This is a tough one.
Is there anything to the, we don't know we haven't seen the Patriots play, we haven't seen anyone play, but we haven't seen the Patriots play since the Vrabel scandal happened. Is there anything there?
Do they not just put it all together? Does it not make them, bunker mentality?
I mean, that's going to be a lot on Diana Rossini, to be honest.
Jesus Christ.
R. Huh?
Tabloid titillation. That's all you care about, Simon Winstanley.
Don't talk to me about titillation when we've got Mike Vrabel over here doing this.
And my team doing what they're doing in football. But anyway, I just
pass through a human orifice.
Jesus Christ. I just don't think I just think this team is going to start hot this year. I think they might even beat the Seahawks week 1. I don't know, but
Wow.
I'm not going to be downplaying the Patriots like I did last year. And we did beat the Patriots last year. You do forget that sometimes.
That was before they got good, though, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, they were still.
And,
I mean, that was
think
fumbles.
They fumbled the ball. Yeah,
Fumble
what's his
risky,
name?
that was
Fumble boy. What's his name?
Stevenson.
Ramondre
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Oh, so frustrated, man. Like the most frustrated
Missed a
football player
fumble,
in the
yeah.
whole world. He had like 5 fumbles in that game, and I was starting with fantasy, and I'm pretty sure I then refused to start him for the rest. And bear in mind, I loved Ramondre Stevenson coming out, so I drafted him basically everywhere. So I've got like a million Ramondre Stevensons, right? And all that happens with Ramondre Stevenson every year is that it's like Ramondre Stevenson's nailed in to be the Patriots starter, and he's going to get all the carries. And then someone else shows up, and it's like, well, actually, surely they're going to give it to this guy because Ramondre Stevenson fumbles every single chance he gets. And then as soon as you take the other guy, or like you drop Ramondre Stevenson, or you refuse to play him, every single game he has like 3 touchdowns and like 30 carries for no reason and doesn't fumble. And then you put him in the lineup the next week and he fumbles 8 times.
I mean, they've still got Will Campbell at left tackle. Should they have Will Campbell at left tackle after what happened in the Super Bowl?
I didn't think they should have had him.
Bloody hell, it's only year 2.
Yeah, you don't move on. You don't move on. But they brought in Vera Tucker. That seems like a good move.
Yes, for sure. That's one of those. Anyone that you can get on the second contract off the Jets after they've wasted the rookie contract, that's great business.
And then Romeo Doubs, is that an upgrade over Diggs?
Not an upgrade, but I do like the fit on what is like a very how would you put it? Like it's a very plateaued wide receiver room, right? With like Matt Collins and Pop Douglas and
Booty.
There's no
all players coming
Booty.
with question marks with something to prove.
Right, and then Dobbs, I think, is kind of a similar guy, not necessarily in play style, but I mean, like in that he's not a guy you're ever going to like classify as a wide receiver 1, but he's certainly a guy that can do a job, right? Like he was always that with the Packers. He was one of that he was kind of in a similar situation with the Packers, to be honest. So I think it's kind of an interesting and exciting room with a lot of young, interesting guys. But I like what Dobbs adds as a bit of a veteran presence. Probably a much more reliable guy than they had there in Matt Collins. So.
I mean, they've got the Steelers have a hoodoo on drafting cornerbacks, which hopefully we think they've broken with the drafting of Porter and then Everett, please. They've got that hoodoo with receivers, right? They cannot draft a receiver. Carl Williams, like what a bust! Like is he going to do anything?
Oh, is he? I mean, he's only a second-year player, isn't he, Carl Williams?
I think
it's a 4th-round pick.
I think if you speak to Pats fans, they'd tell you. He's
I didn't like him coming out, but like
good.
still,
where's
the boy below him is what? Yeah, Efton Chisholm is what you want to look at. I think he is still somebody that can really come on in this team. I think he showed some tiny flashes of it last year, but I would keep your eye on Chisholm. I think he has got a very bright future ahead.
Eyes on Chisholm sounds like I don't know, like a weird infomercial that you get on a hotel TV.
Sounds like a Tool B-side.
And now we go to Eyes on Chisholm with Mark Hansen, your host.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, week 3.
Hang
Wait,
on,
we're not picked it.
hang on.
We're not picked
We haven't
it.
even talked about the defense yet either. I mean, what state is the defense
We'll
in?
be here until 1973 at this rate. That's the
Bobby
past. I don't know how
Bobby
that works.
Spillane still getting it done. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Right, the bookies have the Steelers as 4.5 dogs. This is huge. This is an absolute shellacking. Only this is the second. Yeah, third. Sorry, we've got the Ravens and another game that are the Steelers are bigger underdogs. But yeah, so this is joint second. Terrible. Is that an overstretch? Is that just Super Bowl premium, or is this a fair appraisal?
I think it's
of where
somewhat
these teams
fair. Yeah. I think it's fair. Yeah.
are? Okay.
Plus the known entity of what this mostly unchanged Patriots team is like against the unknown entity of what we are. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's what makes this exercise particularly difficult this year, right? It's just the unknownness of the Steelers.
100%.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But does it not play into the Steelers' advantage? It plays against us that we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But teams do not know. I mean, I guess they can go back to Dallas and Green Bay to try and find some answers. But I think McCarthy's smart enough to cook up some new things according to the players he's got, not just rehashing those old schemes. So I think it's a bit of an early advantage for the Steelers actually being a little bit of a mystery. But yeah, I've got them losing this game. Anyone got them winning this one?
Nope.
Okay, recorded.
All right, week 3, back home. Nice to go home away home for the first time in a while. Bengals, 27th of September, another 6 p.m. game, so no primetime games the first 3 weeks at least. This is, of course, the first divisional game. Bengals at home. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, the usual suspects. Hopefully, well, not hopefully for us, but hopefully for them, an improved defense. Minus their defensive star, of course, who's gone to the Ravens. Whose name's escaping me right now.
Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson, thank you. Do you think the defense is going to be improved this year? And do you think that because I kind of, at least just ear to the ground stuff, a lot of people seem to be on the Bengals train this year nationally as like this is going to be the Bengals year, right? The Bengals after a down year last year and they're the only team in the division with consistency. They're putting that out.
It's all Joe Burrow hype, isn't it? This is the thing. Yeah. It's all if he stays healthy, they could do something. But when does he stay healthy? This is the problem. I think the smartest thing they've done is retain Joe Flacco. Like that to me is probably one of the smartest moves they've made. I do think you have to pay some credence to what this defense has done. Dexter Lawrence is a massive get for them, but don't forget, Boye Mafe and Jonathan Allen in there now.
Kyle Duggar.
KC. Kyle Duggar, he's now at the back. Jesus, he's
quite sad about that. That felt like they nicked one, the Steelers there with Duggar, and I don't know what happened with Duggar's season. It started well, and then there was a couple of mistakes. There was the big touchdown over his head, wasn't there, which was people got on him for. So it's a bit of a shame.
It was a shame. Yeah, maybe it's just not somebody that Patrick Graham felt he could do much with. I don't know, but I'm concerned that they've drafted their own sort of Nick Herbig as well. I'm a bit concerned if Cassius Howell gets going. Maybe he won't get going this early, but maybe by the next time we meet them, he could be starting to rev up a little bit. So I think there's something to be said about this defense, but with it being week 3, probably still trying to blend together. As long as this defense can really contain Burrow and co. I've got us down as a win on this one for me. I just think, again, it's the wild unknown of the Steelers. We'll probably say that about every game, but I just think with what the Bengals have been like, and they probably still need to lick their own wounds a bit. I think if the Steelers play it smart, I think they can win this one, and I'm kind of hopeful on it.
Si, what do you think? Are you picking the winner?
I'll take a hard loss.
Wow.
To go to 0-3, thank you.
Jeez, woof. You've got no faith.
Well, we'll see. I might turn this around. I'm just expecting it to be a rocky start here. I think a lot of Steelers fans are living in this like cloud cuckoo realm where like we're just gonna like run straight into the Steelers are just gonna become Mike McCarthy's Dallas Cowboys of 2023, and we're just going to immediately be like hit the ground running with Mike Tomlin's defense, but without all the problems. I don't know, guys. I think maybe there's going to be some. It's going to be interesting, right? Because unquestionably, I mean, we've not really spoken about the schedule as a whole yet, and I guess we won't. But it is fair to say probably this first part of the schedule is or at least before the bye week, the first half of the schedule, maybe slightly easier than the back half. So
definitely.
Maybe going against what some people think here, but I just think that there's going to be a bit of a rough start here. They're not easy matchups, You can obviously point to the Falcons at home week 1 as being a slightly softer matchup, but if that doesn't go well, I can just see things snowballing a little bit against what is a bit of a setup against the Patriots on a long rest, and then an offensive power.
Oh man, if they're not going into the bye at 500, this team's in trouble. Because there's a shot they don't win a single game in November or early December.
The range of outcomes is there right now. I think what this team needs to do this season is get hot and compete with good teams in the stretch. Like otherwise, there's no point. I mean, there's really no sense in even chasing the playoffs if that's not happening. If you're not, like you say, if you're not 500, by the bye, then you might as well throw it out the window.
Then it's bye bye.
At that point. It might be bye Aaron Rodgers at that point. Do you bring in a guy and get a look at him? I don't know. That's a conversation for down the road. But for now, I'll go 0-3.
Okay, nasty. Well, the bookies agree with you. They've got the Steelers at 1.5 8-point dogs. So it's not huge. That's half a field goal. That's a tight margin, but it is at home for the Steelers, so you would think that would edge it a little bit more. So I think the Steelers do like the bookies do like the Bengals in this one, but not me though. I picked the Steelers here. I think they bounce back after a crushing defeat to the Patriots to show who's boss in the AFC North as usual. Is that optimistic? Maybe.
Oh. That was not me.
All right, week 4, Browns away. This is our first primetime game. Thursday night. 1:15 Friday morning, if you're on GMT. Or are we still BST at that point?
Oh, we're very much
no,
still.
you're an LNI at that point. You're a late night idiot, baby.
Oh. Very good, very good. I thought that was a real time zone.
It's not the RLNI.
RLNI, yeah.
Oh, is that the
Royal
RNLI? Yeah, that's it.
Royal Lifeboat, Royal National Lifeboat Institute.
Yeah, RNLI. Yeah, I got it the wrong way around.
There you go.
Sorry, lifeboaters.
Love the lifeboaters. Shout out to the lifeboaters. Browns away, week 4. So in my record here, we're coming in at 0-3. Obviously, with you guys, it's 1-2, right? Is that right?
Yep. Well, 2-1. Sorry. Yep,
2-1. Sorry.
2-1. And just on behalf of Mr. Dave Hart, I would just like to say, fuck the Browns. And 3-1. Thank you very much.
I don't know if you're watching on the stream, but I've never looked at the Brown Stadium on Google Earth before. What a shithole it's in. Look at this place over here. What is this? It looks like it's had a drone attack. Like there's scorched earth and like marks and these like harbour areas and like there's a freeway. I mean, it's very fitting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost a shame they're getting a new stadium, really, isn't it? Because
there's a container park over here. I mean, I'm sure if you're looking for, some kind of nefarious activity, you can find it around these warehouses. But I mean, their stadium just matches their team and their ethos. And is this an Indian burial ground under here? Possibly.
That's the dog pound right there.
What a shithole.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Steelers go on the road, pick up their first win in the prime time, and this is the start of the Mike McCarthy era.
Although a Thursday night in Cleveland does worry me. It's not historically been well. I mean, last year was pretty bad, but I don't imagine it will snow that early in the season. You would hope to kind of ruin that.
Huh?
But the Browns are still all over the place, really, a little bit, aren't they? Like I know they've got new horizons as well, but I'm not confident that the Browns are going to turn things around that quickly. They still don't really know who their quarterback is. Is it going to be Deshaun Watson?
If it is Deshaun Watson, that'll be interesting and fun because then suddenly, rather than winning, the main goal becomes can we tear Deshaun Watson's Achilles before the end of the game? That'll be interesting. That'll be fun.
Hey, it's fun to think about when was Deshaun Watson last good? COVID season was the last time he played well. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about nuts and.
Well, do you remember when that top 100 came out and he was kind of in it, and they said very little about him because that's when it all started kicking off. That was dead awkward, that period, and he's just never recovered from it since.
Yeah,
definitely an improved team though with their new wide receiver core and new line. But yeah, it's just the.
Don't talk about Casey Concepcion; it still hurts. But yeah, certainly improved team, but it will still be the same old Browns to me.
I will say, the coach, what's his name? Sorry, it's escaped me. It's at the bottom of the R Lads page. If you're on it, go.
I am. It is Todd Monken.
Todd Monken, that's it. He's really sold me on every interview I've seen since the draft, basically, right? Or since he was hired before the draft.
Even with the weird Shador horse's head stuff?
I know that was a bit odd. But every time he speaks to the media, he strikes me as the kind of guy Cleveland needs. Which is a guy where, the shit just isn't going to stick. Right? Like he strikes me as the kind of guy that the media and the press and the fans can kind of aim as much shit as they want at, and he's just kind of going to shrug it off a little bit. A little bit. What was the Indiana coach called? What was his name?
Kurt Signetti.
Signetti, yeah, a little bit Signetti. Like not necessarily in the cocky win sense, but like in the what are you going to say to him that's going to bother him? Like, he's old school, right? Like, he's just like, he's gonna shrug it off. And I think that the Browns kind of need that guy to hoist up and just take the crap, and then he can focus on everything else in the background. I'm not going to say I'm worried about the Browns this year, but I'm just a little bit. I've like got a tinge more like hope that they, hope's the wrong word as a Steelers fan, but you know what I'm trying to say, that they would be good than I have in recent seasons. And I just hope, if there's one thing I can say, I just hope it's not all under Deshaun Watson, that he's not the one benefiting from it, because that really would suck. And it would be so apt that that's the fucking outcome in 2026, that that's what, the guy that ends up benefiting from all this. But look at the young talent they got, right? I mean, let's be honest. I know that a lot of it was because they were just the guys that had the opportunity to play, but the rookies last season were impressive for the Browns. And I know a couple of them got injured, and we'll see how it goes. And they drafted a lot of interesting skill talent guys this year. So, I don't know. I just keep an eye on them. I'm worried in the sense that I don't know that I'm going to just be able to, knock off 2 wins and not think about it.
I get it, yeah. And, I do it mainly because I just don't like the Browns, and you always think they're just set up to fail. But no, I absolutely agree. Like, their rookie class last year was phenomenal. They did brilliantly. They had the rookie defensive player of the year, didn't they? Schwessinger did win it in the end, if I'm right.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
no. As the defensive player of the year.
Wait, did he?
Yeah.
Yes, no, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking the year before.
Yeah, because they had both defensive sides of it, and you kind of forget that Myles Garrett is obviously still kicking around. So
don't worry, the Cleveland area highway police haven't.
I just worry about the offense for the not worry again. That's the wrong word for a Steelers fan. If I was the Browns, I'd still have my concerns over the offense. You still don't quite know what's happening on the center. Yes, Judkins, very nice sophomore rookie season. Sorry, we'll see how he does as a sophomore. You've got you got Jerry Jeudy and a lot of unknown talent around you.
I was going to say,
hyped up. Yeah,
they've got to work hard on becoming a team. I mean, you look at this lads
exactly,
here.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow. Returning players, usually set the culture, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they need to change culture and become a totally new squad under a new coach. But who are the returning players that you could say are leaders? There's Harold Fannin, he's a rookie. There's Quinshon Judkins, he's a rookie, was injured. There's Tevin Jenkins, who's on a reclamation project as a right guard from being a tackle from Chicago. Not sure he's going to be leading the dressing room. There's Jerry Jeudy. That's it. That's the returning player. DeJuan Jones maybe as a left tackle, but he's injured as well. And then you've got lots of free agents and rookies coming in. So this is a completely new team that I don't think is going to be, a unit, a squad by the time the Steelers meet them. So I think the Steelers just steamroll them.
It's kind of like the Pickett era Steelers offense in that where is the leader of it? At least we know that Aaron Rodgers can be a leader of an offense. Where was the leader at that time? Really hard to point to anybody, back in 2023. And I think this has got kind of smatterings of that. So, absolutely agree with you on that. It will be probably another rugged affair, and, their defense will really bring it. But
defense is a different story. Obviously, they've got all the returning players, good unit, one of the better defenses in the league, totally different thing. But on offense, it's chimerial, it's ethereal, it's nebulous.
I forgot they had Kendrick Green.
You're right, and I do agree with what you're saying, and that's probably the reason why they won't ultimately be a major competitor. But it's just worth keeping an eye on. That I think, and that's what I'm saying with Todd Monken. Like, I think he's the perfect kind of guy to lead a group of talented young players that aren't a team, aren't a squad yet, and quickly make them one through training camp and make them like this kind of plucky young squad that's going to like pick off some big teams, I think, this season. Because like you say, with such a great defense, I mean, you were just making this argument for the in favor of the Steelers, Gav. With such a great defense that the Browns have got, which, let's be honest, I think was better than the Steelers last season, pretty unilaterally. All it takes is one or two of these offensive skill players to really pick off, and for Deshaun Watson to show up and have a league average season, and with a world class defense, like top 5 defense in the league, you've got a serious playoff contender. Like, I don't know.
I think 2027. I might be more. We'll see how it goes. Obviously this year, but I think if they're set up nicely in 2027, that might be when I start to think, okay, Cleveland probably need to take the prediction a bit more seriously. 2026, I don't think it will quite be there yet. I think they've still got to, it's Munken's first year. I think he's still got to put the pieces together. But I absolutely agree, Si. I think that, there is a team to look out for here. It's not just, sweep them under the rug that easily. And, Thursday night in Cleveland, as I say, didn't go well for us last year. It could well, completely fall apart for us again. But, I'm still confident that the Steelers can come away with the W in this one.
Me too. And
despite all that, we all pick the win.
Yeah, and the bookies have the Steelers as 2.5-point favourites. So wins across the board here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's roll on. Oh no, not this guy again. It's the Colts at home in week 5, so get ready for that video.
I was just being savage.
Another chance to break Aaron Rodgers back this year though for him, so that'll be good. See what he comes up with this year.
I can't believe people got on him.
I know, it was very silly. Very silly. Very silly. But it was the Pickensburg time.
Best apology video ever, by the way.
Yeah.
I was just being savage.
We enjoyed him on this podcast, though, didn't we? We got a lot of value out of him.
We still will. We still will.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue.
That's the best bit. We bleed blue. As a grade 8 singer, Mark, can you grade that bit of singing?
That man would be getting a distinction every single day of the week.
Wow.
As long as he did that song and only that song.
I was just being savage.
Exactly, yeah, he would be savage in it. I might be seeing the Colts this year. In fact, most likely I'll be seeing the Colts this year as they play the Commanders in London, which is something that's probably interesting to point out here, that I believe that is week 4, and then the Colts are coming over to play us in week 5.
This is our Colts.
There's no buys. There's no automatic buys after the international games this year.
No, exactly. We haven't got one, and the Colts have not got one either. So that is very important to note in this.
Guess they couldn't make that work with the amount, now that they're pushing it, that you can't block any in. There could be 10 and there's 9 this year. I guess they just couldn't promise that anymore.
Yeah, I think some teams might have had some say as well. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, we didn't want it last year.
Yeah, we said we didn't.
But
want
this year
it,
seemed like it was a better spot, but still not that great. And this is a very central buy, so who knows? But nevertheless, it's a good point. Yeah, it is a good spot for us at home, and I think I'm going to take in the second Steelers win here.
Yeah, I'm going to take another Steelers win here. Yeah, I struggle to think that.
Silence.
I struggle to think that he will have any joy in his voice after that. I mean, where are the Colts now? Like Daniel Jones, he probably won't be back by this point, I imagine. So I mean, what are you
they
looking
think
at?
he's going to start, I think.
Oh, okay.
Although I don't know how realistic that is, but that seems to be. But I don't know that I trust anything that
anyone writes.
Carly Ursay Gordon is putting out with that building.
Oh, now you take a take a name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But I mean, otherwise it's Riley Leonard, because it's not going to be Anthony Richardson, is it? Anthony Richardson still hasn't moved, has he? Like, I thought he was supposed to be getting.
He still hasn't moved, but he's still lying there from that orbital bone break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love the idea that he's in the locker room. He was practicing with that thing. It hit him in the eye, and he's still just lying there. No one's bothered to move him.
Help!
They've made a combine drill around him. Like they've just had to. Yeah.
It's so messed up. They just didn't want to deal with it.
Here comes the Richardson drill now.
Well, that was a bust.
Yeah.
He is a great feature piece, though, for the middle of the locker room.
But yeah, you want to talk about a running game as well. I mean, Jonathan Taylor really came back into his own last year, didn't he? So, if he has another strong season, that's definitely something to look out for. Obviously, the line is still, I really, really like that line. Some real dogs on that line. My boy, Tanner Bortolini, by the way, starting centre. He's just come on leaps and bounds. Really great to see. But I mean, that receiver room, obviously they retained Alec Pierce. We've got Pittman, so it's a Pittman revenge game.
Oh,
yeah, big one.
Yeah.
Does this receiver room suddenly seem a bit shit?
Yes, that's what I was going to come on to, because your wide receiver 2, well, I mean, Josh Downs is probably your 2, but then you have Nick Westbrook-Akina, who can come on, but is Nick Westbrook-Akina.
Former Hawkeye.
Deion Burks is an interesting, I quite like that as a pickup as a rookie, but Yeah, I don't like this group. Oh, Coleman Owen is on the team. Yeah. No, I look at the offensive pieces and if it isn't Daniel Jones as well by that point. I mean, Tyler Warren's a dog and he might
Is
come on
he
leaps
wide
and bounds.
receiver 1?
I think he could be at this point. I really could. To be fair, this offense outside of the receiver room is actually very strong. And obviously whatever happens at quarterback, but that is still a very strong unit. So I guess we just have to look over at the defense, who, again, there are some interesting pieces in there. I don't think Sauce got injured, didn't he?
And was playing well, I thought, up until the injury.
Exactly, yeah. So, if he's fit, he's always going to be a threat. Latu, I think, is great. But, yeah, it's a tough one because I think on paper they actually have a really good squad. It's just without the solidarity at quarterback.
But
I do
quite
think
like
this team's got a bit.
I quite like the roster building at quarterback in that you've got 3 quarterbacks that can run the ball.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me. Daniel Jones, yes, he's your starter. Yes, he's. I think he proved, didn't he, last year that he is above average NFL starter. Do we agree?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. He was before the injury. It was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I think they really got a winner there. It's just a shame what happened, really.
But they can lean into that. If he's not there, they don't have to change their playbook too much. And is it almost a read option with Richardson / Leonard with Tyler Warren in the backfield?
I almost guarantee that Anthony Richardson will not be on this roster come to start the season. I think they want to ship him. I think they'll cut him. I think Seth Hennigan has got more of a chance.
Post June 1st cut?
I think so. I genuinely think he won't. Even if it will definitely be post June 1st, but yeah, even if it's just the final 53, I don't think they want.
Why would they do? Isn't he still on his rookie deal? Why would they do that? I don't understand why they would do that.
He's gone. Like there's nothing about him. Like,
but he was
they've
always
actively tried to trade him, and
they tried to trade him to get something. Why would they cut him?
I don't know, Matt. I just think they'll roll with Jones, Hennigan, and Leonard. I just do not think there's a future for Anthony Richardson as a Colt. It seems silly, definitely, but what has he shown? What has he shown?
Well, yeah, but the whole point was he's upside.
Where's it been? Like,
they've got this final year. I mean, they've got this final year. Yeah, I know. There's nothing there, but why would they cut him? They've got him for a year on this rookie deal. He's all right. He's got a $10 million cap hit, but if they cut him,
it probably counts on what Seth Hennigan does in camp, and if they feel they're confident enough that he would be. But I mean, we're talking about QB3 at this point, aren't we?
Maybe he's tradable though. Maybe you probably trade him at the back end of training camp for pennies on the dollar.
Brown to take him,
right? Someone would take him for a 6th round pick or something. This happens.
Someone desperate might want to. Yeah. I mean, our name's been linked with him a lot.
Yeah, so, it was. Yeah, would you take him for like a 7th round 2028 pick or something?
It's just totally pointless.
Yeah,
is it? I mean, people would. Mike Farrell was doing backflips when he drafted him in the fantasy league.
That could have been Eli Heidenreich sort of pick there. In the 7th round 2028. How dare you?
The thing with Richardson, and this could change. We've seen this change with Geno Smith, right, in his later career, but he's clearly not got the maturity level to be an NFL quarterback. I think that seems to be what the discussion out the building is.
You turn him into Eli Heidenreich. You turn him into a tight end or a wide receiver or a running back or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. The athleticism was there, but then that's a big project.
What do we think about the defense? Pretty solid, no? I like the CJ Allen addition. I think that.
That's what I say. Yeah, I think this defense is nice. I think it's well, as I say, I think this team on paper is really great. They picked up CJ Allen and Bryce Petcher. I think they're two very, very nice picks there. I wasn't big on Halsey, but good to have that. Addition to the safety room there. I think it rounds out nicely. So again, this is a team that on paper I think could do moves, and I like Shane Steichen as a head coach. But there's just something about playing the Steelers this early after the London game, potentially with no real starting quarterback promise. If it's Riley Leonard there, I think the Steelers have got a great chance to win this one. Particularly, coming off a bit of an extended week for the Steelers as well. A extended, what do they call it? Mini bye, but not quite a bye. So, yeah, I think this is set up nicely for the Steelers to overcome them.
All right. Well, we've all picked the win there. The bookies picked the win there. So let's move on. Right.
What were the bookies again, sorry?
Oh, sorry. We were 2.5 point favourites again. So Cleveland Colts, same odds. So the bookies view the Steelers' chances home versus the Colts the same away against the Browns. I don't quite get that one. I would have thought the Browns would be worse, especially. I guess they're at home. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand that one.
I think I really think they're low on the Colts. I'm low on the Colts. I know this almost bit me in the backside last year, saying that the Colts were going to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
But then after 9 straight wins, they completely tanked and ended up being pretty terrible. And I kind of feel like they're going to just continue in that trajectory. We shall see.
Javi Berg in the chat saying, what a perfect storybook ending it would be for the Steelers to win it all this season. Javi Berg's just dreaming in the chat there. Just daydreaming.
I like it though. Yeah, it's got to be against the Packers though. That's the fairy book. The
fairy book
ending.
Yes.
Fairy book, storybook ending.
Yeah,
You read a lot of fairy books, Matt?
Buccaneers, week 6.
Buccaneers, week 6. Yep. Away this week off the Colts game. So I'm going in at 3-2. Where are you guys at this point?
You're 2 and 3, aren't
2
you?
and 3, sorry. Yeah, not 3 and 2.
We are 4 and 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. Yes.
You are such homers.
4 and 1.
Well,
Okay.
let me tell you, I'm probably not going to be 5 and 1. I like what this Bucks team is doing. It's a Mike Evans-less. I can't even say it. Mike Evans-less Buccaneers for
Could be
sure.
relying on Egg Big Boo. Egg Big Boo.
I don't know what happened there.
That was a Gronk. It was a Gronk reference, guys.
Was it?
It was a
sorry.
Gronk reference. You remember when he's? Everyone already forgotten that.
Oh, Gronk messes up
Mika
so
Egg
much.
Big Boo.
Jesus Christ. No, I like this team a lot. I think Baker's really great. They've got Kenny Gainwell now. That horrifies me. Bucky Irving and Kenny Gainwell. Jesus.
Does it not just feel the Gainwell season was just a bit of magic that will never be repeated? Everyone's trading for him in fantasy. I don't know.
I liked him at Philly, though, and I thought it was an interesting. I didn't think it would be the move that it was, that he'd be our best offensive player, but I still quite was intrigued by the move, and it definitely paid off. So I'm definitely thinking he could do a job in town.
Very disrespectful. He's the greatest athlete ever to step foot on a.
It was a great season, and I hate to go back to the 2015 Broncos, but wasn't it a little bit like CJ Anderson, just a perfect meshing of system and opportunity and situation? Everything just came together for Gainwell, and people are just passing the peace pipe and trying to take a toke on it when the bowl's empty, right? That's what it feels like to me. That he's just going to slightly disappoint.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to say no on that. I'm going to disagree. I think he will. I think he'll thrive in Tampa. I just really like the look of this team, man. Like, really nice line. Really like the line. I think. What do you think of K Dotton? Because I'm just looking at his tight end room. Is K Dotton tight end one ability?
I think he's a solid, catch it and fall down kind of tight end, and there's a place for that. I don't think he's a very exciting, fancy tight end as a K Dotton owner, unfortunately. But I think he's solid. I think he does it all.
He's solid, but
I think we like him because he's very I don't think he has a lot of drops, and like he's quite a sure-handed, like a good pass catcher. I think they like having like a safe guy like that. They've had pretty upset quarterback situations lately. Obviously Baker now more settled, but I think even Baker, like, he likes having a guy like that, smaller quarterback, like someone he can just throw it short to. I think he just works for this offense probably more so than it's interesting to us as an outside observer.
Yeah. I mean, outside of that room, wide receiver looks strong. I think Jenna McMillan did really well. See how healthy Chris Godwin is.
That's the real quiz, isn't it?
Nice
Godwin.
trio.
I think if Godwin's healthy, then this whole team looks better.
But I do also think with Ted Hurst, that when they drafted Ted Hurst, I think he can really make some early impact on this team. I think that's a really shrewd pickup that they got there. So I like this team a lot, and defensively as well. I mean, you still got Vita Vea in there. You've just drafted Ruben Bain. I think that's going to come off
Their
nicely.
defense
Your
is
boy
just
Josiah
amazing.
Trotter.
Well, how did Rude? I mean, yeah, the Bucks was my favourite draft in. This
Oh
year.
yeah, because Demonte Capar, Josiah Trotter.
But they went for value again. It's just that it's the team every year that catches the falling knife, and are they going to stab you with it, or do they cut their own fingers off? And that's the real question. Bain, I think we all believed in Bain, didn't we? I mean, why did he fall? Was the short arms? Was that
the arms? The arms. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. But
it's just the aggression and power that he played with. It's not like a Nick Herbig situation where he's a speed rusher and you worry about him holding up against the run. But Bain is a dog, mentality-wise. So I don't worry so much about players. It's a James Harrison thing. You don't worry so much about the size and stature because you've got the aggression.
Yeah, Ruben Bain and Yaya Diaby. Oh, my goodness, that is that is tough. And they've got Alex Anzalone as well. They got him over from Detroit as well. I like this team a lot, man. And special teams. We obviously have to talk about Miles Killebrew and Danny Smith.
Physicality
being over there now.
Josiah Trotter as well, as from a linebacker.
Trotter.
Yeah, blitz threat. Yeah. Like if you like the Landon Roberts, then Josiah Trotter is the kind of Landon Roberts come back, run it back.
I am firmly in the camp of I think this is going to be a Bucs win. I think this will be a really difficult game for the Steelers. I think the Bucs will be one of those. Maybe they won't make it all the way again, but I think they're going to come back from Carolina effectively. I don't want to say humiliating, but it was a little bit embarrassing that they gave the division up the way they did. I think they're going to come back all guns blazing this year and be the real division stalwarts once again.
Yeah. Sorry,
caught me eating a Pringle.
Oh no, sorry, buddy.
Classic Pringle catch. No, I mean I largely agree with what you've said, and I would just say,
what flavor? What flavor are we talking here? Paprika.
Oh, the best.
Strong.
Best.
Well, I don't know. Salt vinegar is good too, but
I do love salt vinegar. Yeah,
I do love paprika, man.
They're my top two. Those two.
Yeah, they're the best.
Really, salt and vinegar? I'm not a salt and vinegar guy. Really, I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not totally against it, but
oh my god, best crisps hands down. Co-op Chardonnay and Chardonnay vinegar and sea salt. If you haven't tried them, man, those things burn. They're good. The packet's full. Like it's not one of these ones where you open it and there's 25 crisps in there. It's like it's a good time. So get down your local co-op, support co-op. It is.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Hear me now, believe me later. Co-op salt and vinegar crisps are the best. Anyway, so you're picking a loss here.
Yes. But I could see it being an interesting duel between like Aaron Rodgers and Baker Mayfield. Like old, well, not this old and new because Baker's not even very new, is he? But you know what I mean, like that kind of like cocky, young, like brash Baker Mayfield style against an Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be a bit of a QB duel. It could be a high score and could be fun. Could be a fun game.
I can't be bothered to look it up. Do you know off the top of your head how long Baker's got left on his contract? Mark, I turn to you as font of all things knowledgeable.
Jeez, that's a question. I'll have a quick look at that while you talk about Cy talks about the Buccaneers and what his prediction is.
I think he just
what
did.
Was that?
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry, no, that was me. I keep hearing things in my headphones and thinking it's you, and it's not. It's just like it's like Pat McAfee speaking into my ears. I was going to say
this is the last year of his deal.
Last year of his deal. Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey. Is that the best defensive tackle room in the league?
Can you have thunder and lightning defensive tackles? Because that's what that is.
Yeah.
But thunder that moves well as well. Rolling thunder.
Rolling.
That's what Vita Vea is.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh, he's close. Hall of Fame talent.
He's got the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Is he Hall of Fame? Has he made that much? Can you tell the story of the last 10 years without talking about Vita Vea? I think you can, unfortunately.
He's had a kind of a tough one because of, I guess, who am I trying to say?
He's never been
Aaron
an
Donald.
All-Pro.
Because Aaron Donald was in the league at the same
yeah.
time. It's almost... But Cam Hayward's kind of suffers from the same thing, I think. Obviously, slightly different position.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Yeah, two-time Pro Bowler, but never an All-Pro. So, yeah it's a tough one, that. Yeah.
I would say yeah, but that's easy to say when you're not comparing it against anyone specifically, right?
Was Vita Vea instrumental in that COVID Super Bowl win?
Yes.
Was he?
I said that blindly with absolutely no idea. He might have been injured and not played.
He was injured for a portion of the season. Yeah, he had fractures in his right leg in week 5. So yeah.
Bucks. What is it? Raymond James Stadium with the grass car park. I like that. Feels like
I can't believe in an episode where we apparently want to look at all 32 of the schedule release videos, we're reviewing the Bucks camp.
Hold on though. Look at this. The Bucks car park is cool. That's like, it looks like a sort of country fair or maybe like an air show. You know, you've got like the grass parking lot there.
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah. I like that.
Nah,
much better than Cleveland, where you're parking in the harbour. Give me this.
Tell you don't get much rain.
Nice.
Get gravel, guys. Come on. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we let's not go down to Geo Gesser corner. So the Steelers are 1.5 dogs in this one. I've picked the loss as well. 1.5. It's pretty close again.
Especially away.
Away, yeah. Surprising.
Yeah.
Bookies hedging their bets there. But yeah, so everyone's picking a loser there. So should we just move on?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We then get the Saints in Paris.
Cue the Allo Allo theme music.
Hello,
Wow. Yeah, it's weird. You know, we've been, hyping up this Paris game so much and talking about, who's going to go and, what it's going to be like. When you actually think about the game itself, I think this is going to be tough. This Saints team is really interesting to me. Tyler Shuck kind of exceeded expectations, I think. There were times where I thought, no, he's not going to be the starter. And then he sort of picked himself up and like really dusted himself out. I think he has now legitimately won that battle. I don't think, in injury aside, I don't think we're going to be seeing Spencer Rattler in Paris. Sorry, Gav. But there is some intrigue, I think, to this team. The Jordan Tyson pickup is interesting. I wasn't particularly high on him, but they clearly were with where they picked him, and if he can stay healthy, then that him alongside Olave, who also needs to stay healthy, could be a really interesting duo. Alvin Kamara is the very interesting question. They've got Travis Etienne now, so I think that is going to be a much more split backfield, especially you've got Devin Neal in the mix as well. They've got over Noah Fant, but you've got Juwan Johnson there still as well. Man, this is such an interesting unit. You talk about a rainbow as well. I think you've got various different colours at the top there in the offense. A few returners, not as rainbowy as before. I think you were talking about the Browns, but yeah, definitely some rookies to lean on there as well. The O-line's very interesting. This team really intrigues me and could be quietly good this year.
The running backs are good, right? I think Etienne's a great addition. You've got Kamara.
Etienne, Kamara, and Devin Neal,
Yeah. I think that's a solid group. Ty Chandler as well is not to be sniffed at.
And Audric Estime is in there. Blimey.
Yeah, I think they're leaning hard on the run game. Who's their coach again? Is it still Dennis Allen?
No, it's Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, of course it is. Dennis Allen was years ago. What am I talking about? Yeah, Kellen Moore. Interesting because what do you associate? Do you associate him with? He was offensive coordinator at the Cowboys, wasn't he? And it was kind of that was a very pass happy Dak offense. Seems like they're loading up for a run game kind of push here because, Jordan Tyson and Chris Olave and Veal, they all feel like they're going to be kind of running those intermediate kind of slant or dig kind of routes. So it feels like they're set up for a very around the box kind of game to me, where the running backs are playing in, and maybe that's why they went with Bryce Lance, just to get someone to run deep, blow the top off, to try and stretch defenses. But really, that's not their game. They're a short passage, short yardage, try and get some yak and run the ball, which I think the Steelers can cope with. I think the defense can cope with that.
I think the real question is, can Shuck make that second step though? Because he's shown that he can make some tasty throws, right? Like if you just watch his highlights from last year, he's got some. He does some of those things, that we certainly didn't speak about in the draft season, but some of those like kind of just heady plays, right? Like where you just he has that throw in him, and in that situation. So if you can build on that, I think that's going to go a long way to seeing if the Saints and Kellen Moore as a head coach and all of it kind of works to sort of develop and take that second step. And so it will be an interesting game. I don't know. I'm going to pick this as a win for now. I've got to find these wins somewhere because I'm not too high everywhere else. So
I'm going to be controversial here and say that this might be a loss. I think the situation that we're in with being the away team in Paris, I think this is going to be a big time thing for the Saints. New Orleans and the French.
What is this? Is this purely just because they've got the fleur de lis as a logo and their name includes the word Orléans?
No.
What actual connections with France do they have?
New Orleans is a
Orléans is a city.
Yeah, but isn't New Orleans like literally like a French
Yeah, all right. Yeah, there's like a Cajun element. But
isn't that like what the New Orleans kind of like?
There's a bayou thing
based on. Like,
yes, there is a French Quarter, but I'm not sure
so
that
like,
really generates.
But you're at? Well, what's the Steelers' connection to Ireland then?
Well, there's the Irish immigrant, the direct connection.
But I've just given you the exact same thing for New Orleans, and you poo-pooed it.
It doesn't feel. I don't know. I've been there.
Quarter.
I've been to the French Quarter. It doesn't feel particularly French. I hate to say it.
The history of New Orleans traces the city's development from its founding by the French in 1718 through to its then Spanish control. Interestingly,
yeah, it doesn't feel
Are you
that.
suggesting the French don't care about the Saints? Is what you're saying?
No, yeah, exactly. That's exactly
well,
what.
That's what the Louisiana Purchase is, though, isn't it? That was the US acquiring it from the French.
Right.
Great point.
I didn't notice.
Shout out Napoleon, my boy.
Short King. I didn't notice much French influence when I was there, other than the fact that it was called the French Quarter. It was definitely very much its own thing. Like it's, I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm taking absolute rubbish.
I see. I think I see what you're saying. So you kind of, the cultures are more separate. Whereas with Pittsburgh and Ireland, you might say that the culture is more inherited.
It's closer. It's there's still links. There's family links there. Whereas I think they kind of booted the French out, didn't they? And the French retreated into the swamp. I don't know. The food isn't French. Like they don't eat frogs and like snails. They're eating jambalaya and stuff. It's just a very different.
I don't know. I won't. Do you know what? Is this the time to dive into the history?
Well, yeah, the people of Pittsburgh aren't eating potatoes and down in Guinness, but
Well, hopefully we're going to be at that game representing. I'm going to be observing how much
how French is
how French the actual support is.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind there's probably going to be a lot of French people there as well. Then it kind of skews things.
And if anyone's ever been to New Orleans and you saw a man walking around in a black and white shirt with a mime hat and a big baguette, let us know.
I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. I've lived in Paris for a little bit. I didn't see many New Orleans Saints fans. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Another onion layer right there.
Yeah. What were you doing in France?
Working. I was working out there. I've worked out quite a lot.
Oui.
Nice city. I like Paris. It's a good place. Saint Denis. Hang on. I'll just flip over to the Google Earth. Saint Denis, where the stadium is, shithole. Don't. Just a public address announcement to any Steelers fans. When the game finishes, don't be hanging around in Saint Denis. Get out there. Get into Central Town. Go down to wherever you want to go. Les Halles or the Trocadero, somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Do not hang around in Saint Denis.
What are they going to do? Hit me with a French bread to death?
No, there's some
throw snails at me. What are they going to do?
Stab you and take all of your belongings.
No, absolutely.
Okay. Browns, week 8.
Yeah, speaking of not great areas, yeah.
So do we pick that one, right? We did. We picked it across the board. So we're back at home.
Yeah, back at home with the Browns for the first complete divisional partnership of games. We spoke about the Browns already, so do you want to just pick this game?
FTB, win for the Steelers. Yeah. I don't think the record is going to change. Our immaculate record against the Browns at home, for however long it's been. Don't see a change in that. I think the Steelers will win it fairly comfortably.
Yep, I'll be going in at 3 and 4, so it's going to be getting painted as like a must-win before the bye to go in at 4 and 4. Sorry, at 500. So, yep, I'm going to take the win as well. Gav,
Definite win. Bookies got us 5.5 points favourite, so huge. So this is a no-brainer.
being at home as well.
Yeah.
Can I just confirm you definitely had me down as a Saints win in week 7, by the way? Because I think that kind of got lost in the talk.
I've got it. I've got it recorded for prosperity.
Good. What did you go for that?
I went for the Steelers win.
Oh, right, okay. So I'm on an island.
Yeah, you're
cool.
on a massive island.
Yeah. Week 9 bye week is very nice, though, isn't it? I like that. Middle of the season. I think that's ideal.
Perfect.
Yeah. Is that bang in the middle, basically?
Yeah,
It
you
is.
can't,
Yeah,
you can't get
no,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're
the
going to get
middle.
8 or 9 the
Do we
other way
prefer
around,
the
so-
mid-season buy or the late-season buy?
Oh, mid-season, every single time. I think you just start to get run down a little bit by the late season bye week. I think the legs are getting a bit heavier.
Probably for the best. It does begin, though, beginning in week 10, our first week back after the bye, a bit of a gauntlet here of primetime games and games against tough opponents. So week
Glad
10
we got
we
the
go.
bye week, yeah.
Yeah, week 10 we go away on Sunday Night Football for the world to see against the Bengals. So they'll no doubt be doing the thing where they come out with this, they'll be wearing those stupid white jerseys that everybody loves, and they'll be playing really loud tiger noises that are really annoying. It'll be a whole thing. They'll probably win by 30 points. Don't like look at this one, to be honest.
No, I don't either. I if Joe Burrow is healthy for this, and they have the full unit out there, or as much of the full unit out there as they can. Yeah, I think the Bengals are probably going to take this one. I think we're gonna what's the term? Not sweep.
Roll over?
What's the 1-on-1?
Split.
Thank you. Couldn't remember the bloody word. We're going to split the series, I think, with the Bengals.
Go on, Gav. Give me your thoughts.
I was going to say, yeah, I always pick the split with the Bengals, and I usually flip it so that the Steelers win the away game and lose the home game, and that's what I've done here. So sorry to be boring. However, the bookies have got the Steelers as 3.5 point dogs, so they think the Bengals.
Do you not have us win the home game against the Bengals? I thought you said win for the home game against the Bengals in week 3.
Yeah, I said win it. I did, and then lose this one. So I just was wrong. No, wait. No, sorry, I've got them sweeping the Bengals. Sorry, I've got a sweeping the Bengals.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, there we go.
Yeah. So
you're on the
reverse.
island. Yeah.
I usually split this game, but in this case, I've got us winning both games.
Oversight.
Yeah.
Do we know what Mike McCarthy's history is off buys? Is there any? A strange thing to ask off the cuff, as if
I know, but it was such a Mike Tomlin thing, wasn't it? How strong he was.
Yeah. So I just wonder if there's any history in that, and also wonder what the Bengals situation is in week 9. I don't imagine they've got the bye, so we could have a long week there as well. So just looking for silver linings here in what is a bit of a gross game away at the Bengals on Sunday Night Football. As I say, I'm going to take the Bengals in that one.
You've got to like that they've got a completely returning first team offense.
Yeah.
The fact that how have they managed to hang on to Chase and Higgins? That's the real quiz. And
Money.
They're paying for it through the injuries that Burrow's taken, I think.
Yep.
Mike McCarthy has a good record, 12-5 after a bye week.
Okay.
3-1 during his time at the Cowboys.
Worth noting. But tough matchup, nevertheless.
Who was their first round draft pick?
Who?
They didn't have one. Dexter Lawrence, technically.
Dexter Lawrence, yeah. So who was their second round pick? Cassius Howell.
Cassius Howell, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of reads, actually. Their draft class is pretty poor. But I guess Dexter Lawrence is the real
outside of Howell, I didn't really like it. Like Landon Robinson's an interesting one, but other than that, Jack Endries, no, didn't particularly like it.
All right, let's keep rolling. Otherwise, we'll be here all day with these things.
Yes, yep.
Eagles.
Wait,
week
hang
11.
on. Sorry. Sorry. I just need to record I didn't necessarily record the results there. Side, you had a Steelers loss.
Yeah.
And Mark, you had a Steelers loss.
Correct.
Okay, the bookies have a Steelers loss, 3.5-point dogs. We roll on. Sorry, as you were.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I've got
We
PTSD.
don't even need to discuss this, I don't think. 9:25 p.m. GMT on Sunday, 22nd of November, is when we have scheduled in our what now seems to be like biannual loss to the Eagles away.
Well, no, I mean the last time we played them away, I'm sure the last time we played them away was, I remember it well, in 2022.
Was it last season, wasn't it?
I thought we played them at home last year.
I
Didn't we?
don't remember.
I can't
No,
remember. Maybe we didn't.
I don't know. AJ Brown absolutely destroyed us. I remember that.
Yeah. Well,
That was
yeah.
the game Mark was at, wasn't it?
No, that was 2022.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Well, AJ Brown destroyed us in that one. Yeah, he did.
Wasn't that the 3 touchdowns shouldn't have been 4, or was it 2 touchdowns should have been 3?
Can anyone remember who scored our touchdown and who threw it?
Was it Kenny Pickett? Threw it.
Nope.
It was
Nobody will ever get this, because this was my one for until the Commanders game. This was my one and only Steelers touchdown I'd seen live.
It was. I don't know.
It was Derek Watt scored the touchdown, thrown by Chase Claypool
Wow.
in his last game for the Steelers
Beautiful.
before that trade.
Wasn't getting that one.
That's
Nope.
really put.
No,
just-
that is insane trivia, like question numero uno for any Steelers thing. Yeah, for a long time that was the only Steelers touchdown I'd seen live.
I should have said,
yeah.
sorry, this after the bye ends the nice run for the UK fan that has a normal life, in that we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 6 p.m. games. This starts the run of losses for the Steelers probably, but also the 1:20, 9:25, 8 p.m. Black Friday, 1:20, 1:15. This is the it's tough for the Steelers team. It's tough for the UK viewer here, unless you're silent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't subscribe to the concept of a sleep schedule. That's my advice.
Exactly.
Broncos. Wait,
Well, hang on,
are
we
we
haven't
all
picked this
picking an Eagles? Well, I just assume we all.
We
were
all,
picking
yeah, and let's all pick a loss here. And the bookies have got the Eagles as 5.5 favourites in this one. So big.
Just in the outside kind of chance, are they fully set up? Like, are there cracks in this Eagles team?
Is
It
this the
feels
year
like-
where the Eagles have all the fallout again?
Well,
And it
I
all
don't
falls
think they're
apart?
going to have AJ Brown. This is the
No.
key thing. He sounds like he's gone. So you're looking at Devontae Smith and a rookie in Mekhi Lemon, which could come back to haunt us, obviously. And then what you're looking at there, Hollywood Brown, Dontavian Wicks, your wide receiver 3. I mean, yeah, they've still got Saquon. Jalen Hurts is an interesting thing. We'll see what he does. But you've still got Dallas Goedert. You've still got that line, which is really strong. They've still got the strong enough pieces that I can confidently say I think they'll beat the Steelers. But you have to kind of wager in that, this team has been showing cracks as of late. So could be interesting to see where they're at, particularly come, what are we at, week 11 here. Could be an interesting one to kind of factor in. But yeah, for now, just, this early on, I would be remiss to not go for the Eagles.
So their second string right wide receiver is called Darius Cooper. Didn't they have a Cooper receiver before that made some ill-advised racist comments at some point? What was that guy's name? Can you remember?
Huh?
It was
General
Cooper.
Lee Cooper?
It was
No, I
Cooper,
don't know.
wasn't it? Oh, is that? Am I out of your window of
I don't know.
NFL? I need to
No, I
find
think this is some
No idea
obscure
what's-
knowledge here.
What this is?
All right, bear with me. I'll carry on. Hang on. Oops, nearly doxed myself.
I am concerned seeing all the way down there at third string, old little Willie Lampkin.
Little Willie Lampkin.
Oh, little Willie Lampkin. Oh, little Willie.
He'll get his chance.
He'll get his chances. Surely get his chance.
Oh, you're talking about Riley Cooper.
Riley Cooper. Yes,
yeah.
Riley Cooper. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you can't repeat what he said.
Definitely
anyway,
do
moving on.
not say that.
Okay.
But yeah, strange choice for a white guy holding up in a position mainly played by black players, surrounded by black players, decided to go off on racism. So yeah, odd choice, and kind of ended his career.
As it should.
So sorry, yeah, just a little walk down memory lane.
Moving on.
Jesus. Okay. Broncos, week 12, 8 p.m. This is the Black Friday game, as you said. So a Friday Island game, despite being
Love
8
this,
p.m.
by the way. Big fan of this.
What is this?
Black Friday game.
8 p.m. Black Friday game.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
So Broncos, though, obviously Bo Nix, assuming he stays healthy through the season, should be plenty back by then.
Yeah, I think he should be.
Yeah, and I like as much as I despise Sean Payton, who is, let's be clear, a scumbag. You've got to appreciate the coach that he is and the team that he's built here. And let's be honest, he should have made the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
So very good team at home though on an island game. What do you think?
I would go so far as to say I think they would have beaten the Seahawks if Bo Nix had stayed healthy.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting, Jalen Waddle now on this team. That's an interesting 1-2 with him and Sutton.
I like that.
The running back room is interesting. You've added Jonah Coleman in there alongside J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. I mean, yeah, Jaleel McLaughlin is no scrub either. So, I mean, yeah, that running back room, is mad. As I say, really like that O-line as well. Defense has got some absolute dogs on it. Yeah, this team, I still think, you talk about a rainbow of things when you have a look at our lads. There's no rainbow here. There's so many returning players. Like, this is, a really, really solid unit. I think this is going to be a team that once again is in the mix for it. Could even make it the full distance. Really going to give the Chiefs a run for their money, which is good to see. Once again, so yeah, I like this Broncos team a lot, and I don't think we're quite at the level that they are. So yeah, put me down for a Broncos win.
Fair enough. I found this quite a hard game to pick. Actually, it was the one I left the longest. I picked every other game, looked at the record, and went, "Can I pick a win or loss here?" And in the end, I went with a loss. But I really think this is very close. I'm not a Bo Nix believer, never was. He surprised me. Maybe he can get it done. But you look at the construction here of the wide receiver core. Now, has Bo Nix surprised us with his arm? Is his arm strength a bit better than what we thought?
Maybe a little.
I think his general overall play was a bit better than I thought. But
his overall play definitely was.
We were down on Nix compared to other people, I think, weren't we, as well?
But I also don't think it's his arm that's winning him. I don't think that's still now is not necessarily the selling point. Maybe it's a little bit better than
was his quick release and his accuracy was. He had really high completion percentage coming out of college, didn't he? It wasn't his arm.
Experience, yeah.
And experience.
Yeah.
But you look at the receivers, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Troy Franklin, Little Jordan Humphrey, even Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, they're all downfield threats. Who's the route runner? Who's the guy that's running the little slants, the digs, the ins, the timing-based receptions that you think Bo Nix needs based on his sort of college profile? I don't understand the construction here. There seems to be something seems a bit off. Like, do they think that Bo Nix is this like downfield guy, and is that what they're hoping he becomes? Because that seems to be the roster they've built. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll get the most out of it, especially guys like Pat Bryant and maybe I know they mix Marvin Mims in a lot, but
he's small, but he's still a down. He's like a Calvin Austin type, isn't he? Like wants to break it fast downfield. I don't know, weird one, but in Sean Payton we trust. So
I think they wanted R.J. Harvey involved a lot in the short passing game as well. I don't know if that really panned out in year one, but we'll see how that goes.
Is it Evan Ingram? Maybe it's Ingram and Harvey.
Yeah. Can I just highlight two things? First of all, I want to pull you up on a pronunciation there, Gav. I can't believe you willfully called him Little Jordan Humphrey. So disrespectful.
Lil, sorry.
He's not little. He's not a little Jordan
he's tall.
Humphrey.
He's tall. Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, he's Lil Jordan. Lil Jordan.
Okay.
And secondly, have you ever noticed the name of the Broncos fullback?
Adam Prentice.
His name is literally A. Prentice. Just that just tickled me.
Look at the blue on the defense though. I mean, that is a returning team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and good line as
that,
well.
yeah.
Good line. I think a few players here as well that jump out to me as like sophomore or even third year like breakout candidates as well. So we shall see. I'm not confident in this game. Obviously, we're getting to the point now. I think week 12. Anything after the bye week, it gets hard to really project what's going on at this point with the teams and stuff. So I won't spend too long on it. But I'm going to take the Broncos here for the win-loss.
Yeah, me too.
Sweep.
Yeah, and the bookies only 1.5 points, but yeah,
interesting.
They're picking the Broncos. Nice cornerbacks: Riley Moss, Pat Surtain.
Yo, crazy defense.
Yeah, Nick Benito rushing the pass.
Best defense in the league.
Do you think
so?
That would be. It's kind of a no-name
as a unit. Yes. It's not like a name. You've not got like a TJ Watt or.
You got Surtain. I guess that's the dude.
Right.
Well, Nick Benito
name-wise. Yeah, he's the close. Yeah, sure, but
he's come on.
Benito's he has come on, but Benito's like a weed smoker's kind of pass rusher, isn't he? It's like, have you considered Benito in your conversation? Like he's good, but he's not like in the national media. He's not Myles Garrett, is he? It's just like we know, as a sort of purveyor of slight NFL knowledge, we know that Benito's good, but I'm not sure your average fan. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not sure your average fan.
I think he could have a big shout at being Defensive Player of the Year this year if he comes on the way he did last year. I really am high on Nick Benito. I think he's quality. I think that's the first home loss we have as well, Gav, in the record books.
Bombers.
Literally. Yes, you're correct there.
Yeah.
All right. Might have another one coming up quite soon.
Not the last, yeah. I was gonna say.
Texans at home, Sunday Night Football once more in Week 13. So it'll be a 1:20 a.m. late night idiocy meet for us all on Monday, the 7th of December. Texans, obviously the team that knocked us out in, with whimpering fashion in the wildcard round of the playoffs.
From us, yep.
It's obviously CJ Stroud. Questions remain as to what direction he's going in, but I think we can all agree that the defense, if not the Broncos, then it's the Texans that's the best in the league. So, again, this is a tough one. It's an ascendant team. It's a head coach that everyone's got a lot of faith in right now. Hard not to pick the Texans this far. Looking at it from this far out.
Could it fall off a cliff for CJ though? Like, could he take that into this season and just be horrific?
You know what the Texans should do? Trade for the backup the Bears have got. What's his name? Tyler Bagent. Just trade for him, start him. You have the best team in the league. Promise you right now. Do it.
I love Tyler Bagent, but yeah.
I'm still a Stroud believer. I think he can get it done. He's had a down year. Ready for him to have a bounce back.
Yeah, I'm half playing. Again, it's the vibe thing with Stroud for me. Ever since he big dogged, who was it in JJ McCarthy? Was it in his sophomore season? And
how's that worked out for JJ?
Well, yeah, right. Didn't heed that advice, did he?
Intriguing pickups as well. David Montgomery. I think that's a very shrewd pickup from the Texans. Like that. White Teller, Braden Smith.
Keelan Rutledge in the draft.
Keelan Rutledge in the draft. That's a great draft pick.
Tank Dell coming back probably by this point in the.
I think sneakily, I know they've got Ed Ingram in there, but Fabici Nuewu, I think, is a really, really shrewd late round pickup as well. So, day 3 pickup. So, yeah, I like this. I like what the Texans team are doing. Caden McDonald in the second round as well. That was their draft was actually
it's good. It's good
really,
draft.
really nice. Yeah. Aiden Fisher as well. Yeah, blimey. Yeah, they had a good draft. I like this team a lot. Interesting to see what happens with Tank Dell. I know I don't know where he's at the moment in terms of his injury status. But
he's progressing, I think. I think they're hopeful.
But I've still got Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll, the two Iowa State guys who I really liked coming out of the draft. I think Jaden Higgins in particular, I think is going to come on leap and bound. Still got Nico Collins there. Yeah, I was kind of trying to talk myself into a Steelers win of this, but ultimately I can't see it. And if the Texans are on a run at this point, yeah, give me the Texans on this, unfortunately.
Okay. Texans, week 13. I think we're all going to take them.
You want
looking great.
You want a Texans win? The bookies are with you. Yep. But again, it's only 1.5 point dogs. I mean, this is the bookies get less and less accurate by this point. But then they're only doing what we're doing. But I think they tend to be conservative. They don't want to give the big odds. So, although they do.
Could it be a Will Anderson Defensive Player of the Year season? Is he due it? I mean, he's got to play for it, obviously.
Absolutely, it could. Yeah, he's very much within the running. I would suggest as the headliner of what anticipates to be the best defense in the league.
Painful defense for me because I was down on Anderson. Not down. I wasn't saying I was out. I just didn't rate him as one of the better.
Yeah, we were both like that.
Yeah, just wasn't the most exciting top defensive prospect. Maybe prove me wrong. And also famously down on Henry Tutu. I think I said he was one of the worst.
I think you called him Henry Nutto.
Yeah. I thought he was one of the worst defensive footballers I've ever seen play.
I'll never forget how hard you came for him.
Yeah, I really didn't like him. And he's proved me wrong, and I feel stupid. So when this
Every time he makes a tackle and he's got that super noticeable name as well.
I know, I shrink into my couch just a little harder. It's a hard one to swallow. There's only so many Brock Purdy's you can have.
Right.
You need the dark side of
yeah,
Henry
we've all been there.
Tutu.
We can't all spot a Joseph Asai miles away, you know?
No.
It is how it is.
Right. So, clean sweep for the Texans.
Yes.
Yep. On to the Jags. We're going away now for the first time in 2 weeks, but still in prime time. Third week in a row. People will be sick of seeing us on Island games. Monday Night Football. It's the Jacksonville. Yeah, certainly. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now, are they playing at their own stadium, or are they?
No, they're. Oh wait,
no, they're somewhere else now, aren't they?
Wait, hang on, I'm getting confused. No, that's the. Oh no, I'm not going to speak on this. I'm getting lost between which teams are in which place.
Yeah, because
I know who's left.
They're doing renovations, aren't they? And that's
and it's all season. They're out of that stadium.
I think it's like 2 seasons or something.
Really?
The work's being done, but
so I'm currently orbiting the wrong stadium on Google Earth.
I don't know. I cannot remember exactly what's happening to the
Where are the
Jaguar
Bills
stadium
playing
situation.
this year?
They're at the new stadium. They're
at the new stadium.
The new high mark is done. Yeah, so that's sorted.
Are they getting a Super Bowl or no? Because it's too cold.
Not yet. They haven't domed, have they? So they probably won't.
Okay.
But I think Tennessee's getting that instead. Yeah. But yeah, the Jags, I can't remember what's going on with their stadium situation, so I don't know where exactly. Is it going to be this stadium and they're just working around it, or I cannot remember what's going on.
And will there be pools in their new stadium?
Oh, probably. I don't know. As long as there's plenty of cocaine for Tony Khan, anyway. So the game
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yes, allegedly, I guess. The game itself, the Jags are a weird one, aren't they? Like, I mean, if we're on this, we're all gone like 3 or 4 game streak that it's going to be bad. This is probably the game that you would eye up that might be the bounce back. But this Jags team, like I downplayed them last year. Gav was high on them, and I think Gav, you were in the right on that one. They're such a weird team to.
I've got to be honest. I was picking them for a few years, so it was about time. They were. I was early on them. I was early on them. But I was a bit of a Trevor Lawrence believer, and he's had those swings, hasn't he? And finally started to put it together a little bit. But yet we saw Brian Thomas drop off.
Trevor Lawrence defined his career in that one play against Kansas City, where he tripped over and then still scored a touchdown. Like that is the Trevor Lawrence experience in one play. This is. I think this is the toughest one to call the whole lot. I do not know which way to go with this, so I might just hear what you guys have to say about it and see if I can.
I'm also going to highlight this as a potential sort of. You've been on Island games at home twice in a row against teams that we've picked us to lose, right? Because we view them as major Super Bowl contenders in the Broncos and the Texans, which is crazy, by the way. Think about where the Texans were 3 years ago, by the way.
I said they shouldn't exist. Yeah.
When we just remember that next time we talk about how it's impossible for the Steelers to get out of this rebuild within 10 years.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. So I just want to highlight this as a potential spot where if you lose this game and it's the 3rd game in a row in an Island game that you lose, like, is this potentially where they say, Aaron, we've made, depending on who you listen to out of us, we've maybe only got 4 or 5 wins and it's week 15. it's maybe time to move to whoever, assuming that Aaron's still healthy.
Very possible. I mean, this is deep in the middle of the bookies have got the Steelers going on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game losing streak, and this is the middle of it. I really hope not. That would be sad.
It would be sad, but it would. I think it would have to be those circumstances. I think it would be very. It had to be semi-extreme circumstances for that to happen with Rodgers.
But yeah, total collapse. You've been on Sunday Night Football. You've been 9:25 game on Sunday. You've been on the Black Friday game. Been on the Sunday Night Football again against the Texans, and this is Monday Night Football. That's a string of island games. This is a really rough bit of schedule. And if they are in the hole and the team's split and Rodgers is blaming people, it's going to be an ugly place to be. There is definitely a universe where this what you're saying happens. Rodgers is benched. Everything's blown up. People are questioning McCarthy. Has he got it still? I mean, it's definitely possible. If they and built on the top of going into the bye under 500, nightmare scenario. Let's just hope we're not there. I really don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think where the Jags might be at this point as well, when you've got Tennessee and Indy in your division. I know Texans might be a bit of a trickier one. I can't remember what the kind of. I don't buy into strength of schedule as much really in preseason, but if it's on paper a difficult one, be interesting to see where they're at this point. I'm gonna lean Jaguars. I think. I just think if you've lost, as we say, if we go on this streak, I think confidence is going to be at an all-time low, and it might be a divisional game or what's coming up in the next couple of weeks that you can try and bounce back off. But yeah, I'm going to go for a Jags win on this one.
Okay.
Si?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Okay, bookies are the same. They've got the Steelers as 3-point dogs. I don't know. I'm feeling good about this one. I've gone for a win. I just don't trust the Jaguars' brain trust. Didn't like their draft, and I've been picking the Jaguars recently. I thought maybe they've missed their window a little bit. But what's happened to Brian Thomas? He should have kicked on. I don't know. I just don't trust the coaching.
I like Liam Cohen. Really, I like Liam Cohen though.
I like him as a person, but there's something seems a little off to me. Maybe it's just because it's the Jags. But
Duval.
We'll see. Maybe I'll eat this one.
Let's roll on. Week 15. The Ravens at home. First Ravens game of the season is on the 20th of December, 6 p.m. game. Obviously, Ravens, not spoke about them yet, with it being week 15, the first game, but a very similar situation to the Steelers this year. New head coach in Minter. Obviously, they've got Lamar Jackson, which puts them in a bit of a different situation in terms of maybe where they should be in competition, but it's going to be interesting to see which direction the Ravens kind of immediately shoot this season. I haven't looked at their schedule yet in terms of how it looks early versus late, but it will be interesting to see where they sit by week 15 for sure. But you can't imagine they're not going to be in the playoff conversation at the very least. So I don't know how you see this one going. Obviously, a lot of the time, traditionally, many of us split the Ravens games. This is the home game, so I'm going to take the win here.
Ooh, you're taking Steelers win.
Yeah, I haven't taken a Steelers win, I don't think, since the bye week. So
no, you haven't. Strange game to pick for the win.
I think divisional need a bounce back. Ravens could be in a weird situation.
And the pressure's off because the pressure's off. And Will's come in and he's the saviour.
Well, yeah, we'll see about that. I'd love that. But you know what? Chalk me down for a win as well. I think it's just we need something good out of this, and the Ravens just going to be the same old Ravens. Lamar in Acrisure, not the greatest player. So
could be Pavia by then.
Yeah. We'll see about that. I don't think it will be the sweep that it was. Not to spoil Week 18 too much, but put me down for a win. If the Ravens are on a run at this point, then this will probably go horribly for us. But if it's I still think the Steelers get a W here just before Christmas.
Okay. excuse me. I picked the Ravens to win this one. I just think the Ravens are on the uptick here. Returning roster, freshen up with the coach. Nice draft pick in Owane. It's a tough one. And Skylar Thompson on this team. Didn't like to see that. Got to be honest.
No.
They should have hung on to Thompson. Got rid of Rudolph. This was the year to move on from Rudolph, I think.
Surratt and Lane, I like those 2 draft picks. That's, some good pickups there. Didn't really like much else of what they did, other than Zion Young. I think Zion Young's a really nice pickup. And as you say, Ioane. But the other half of it, not too keen on. I did get Adam Randall, though. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was going to say. And Chandler Rivers, that's one of Callum's guys.
Yeah, Callum's boy. Yeah.
So, the bookie have the Steelers as 2.5-point dogs. So not huge. I guess that's home factor and just not wanting to give too big odds on Steelers at home. I picked the loss. You guys have picked the win, bizarrely. So, good. Happy with
All right. Week 16, we remain at home. Christmas has passed now. It's the 27th of December, and the Panthers are in town.
Again, a team who could... I mean, they did win their division. It's sometimes hard to forget that they... hard to remember, that they actually did win their division last year.
Sort of by accident, though, wasn't it?
Yes,
well,
backed into it, as they often do. I mean, whoever wins that division usually backs into it, to be honest.
Yeah, and doesn't proceed any further.
Yeah. You'd better hope, by the way, that Bryce Young has survived 15 weeks of NFL football, because otherwise this is a Kenny Pickett revenge game. Which just doesn't seem like something anybody needs or wants to see. But nevertheless, this is a team, that seems on the rise from the outside looking in. They did make the playoffs, as you say, Matt, last year. Opinions vary on where Bryce Young is, but, we all like what we saw out of Ted McMillan last year, and, some interesting draft picks. We shall see. I am looking out for wins here, and I'm just going to say the Steelers, with the pressure off, are going on a bit of a home run with back-to-back wins. Is this the first time all season, maybe, for me? Think so.
So I'm going to go for a win as well. I think the Panthers are still a year or two off being like, if they build nicely. I still have faith in Bryce Young. As wild as it seems, I do think there's some good qualities about him. I don't think this will be a team that will be actively looking for a QB next year. Got a little bit of faith in Bryce. So we'll see how misguided that is. But again, I like their draft. Monroe Freeling, Chris Brazzell, Sam Hecht. Some very nice offensive pieces that will come on in time. Lee Hunter as well on the defense. I know you weren't big on him, Gav, and they got Zakee Wheatley as well. I think that's a great pickup. So, I think this is a team that's got some very nice pieces to build off. They've got Nick Scorton as well in that defense, who came on really nicely in his rookie year last year. So, it's a team that's getting there, but probably isn't quite there yet. Overall, the lines, there's some interesting pieces in there, but probably nothing too great. So, I'm going to go with you, Si. I think a Steelers win back to back. Not been the best of seasons, but I think at my point, Gav, can you, if I go for a Steelers win here, what's my record sitting at now?
1 second. If you go for a Steelers win, you are on 7 wins.
So it's 7 and
11, 10, 9. 7 and 9 you'd be on.
7 and 9. Okay, so you're still. Well, hang on. How am I 7 and 9?
Bad maths on my part.
Yeah.
Because it's 7-11, isn't it? Would be the ultimate. You've got 2 games in hand, so you take away.
No, there's 17. There's 17 games.
17 games. So 7 and 10. Sorry, 7 and 10.
7 and 10. Okay, so.
I told you. Bad maths
ultimately, yeah. So what would I be at this point? Because I'm not 7 and 10.
So 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Okay. So there's still a chance for the Steelers to kind of snatch a 9 and 8 scenario somewhere for me here. So I think these are 2 very important wins if there is still a playoff hope of some sort. But I'd stick me with the Steelers win here for the Panthers.
Well, I'm viewing the Steelers more in this situation here, where up until the Ravens game, you were kind of thinking like, right, well, at least it looks like right now we're in the top 5 draft pick wise. Like it's going to be one of those years. We're going to get like the franchise QB. Undoubtedly, we're going to be there. And then what's going to happen is we're just going to pointlessly win 4 games for no reason, just because that's the most Steelers thing to do. If the one season that we did have the opportunity to do this, we do it at exactly the right time when there's like 5 quarterbacks all coming out that everybody wants, and then we'll just win 4 games for no reason at the end of the year. Not to compete, just to screw us.
Yeah. It's pretty grim. I'm looking here at our spreadsheet from week 10 to week 15. Between you, me, and the bookies, we've all got a combined total of 4 wins. Every other number in that is a donut. There's a lot of donuts. It's like Dunkin' Donuts on this spreadsheet. It's all zeros.
Look, we can only assess the games for what they are is the thing, right? But the NFL season never plays out like, individual games on a piece of paper. We always win the ones we think we're not going to, and we lose the ones we think we should win. And, so what am I saying? This exercise has been pointless.
All right, delete it. Just go about your lives. Yeah, go and do something else. Why are you even here? We don't know what we're talking about. No one knows. It's all random. But
what I do know is that in week 17, the Steelers will go on the road to meet the mighty Titans of Tennessee.
I mean, we keeping a buck right now. We ass.
That's right, Cam. You are ass. But are they going to be ass this year? We shall see. I kind of like Rob Saleh, like at least improving the floor of the Texans to be respectable. I think that's probably the ceiling, though, we're going to see, unless Cam Ward can really break out somehow. But nevertheless, I'm going to say Titans are out of it by now. It's a scrap of just complete nonsense that nobody's watching except us, and I'll take the win.
Yeah, America's going to hate this game, but Steelers win for me. I don't think there's too much to say. I think the Titans are probably a couple of years off and some extra pieces. Carnell Tate is a very nice pickup, certainly, but I think they'll need to develop a little bit more. But I like the Salah pickup as head coach. We'll see how that works. Brian Dable was OC as well, like that.
A lot of parking space around the Titans. They're quite optimistic about how many fans are going to show up. But yeah, I pick a win here as well, and so do the bookies. 1.5 point favourites. Kind of weird. Expect that to be a bit more, but maybe it's just the Steelers have been so in the bookies world. The Steelers have been so beaten down and trodden on that they have got no confidence, perhaps. But
all right,
I think this is an easy win. I don't rate the
yeah,
Titans.
We're all taking the win.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Well,
they'll have a new stadium as well soon, Gav. So.
True. It's in London, is it?
I wish then we'd be hosting a Super Bowl.
All right, let's do it.
$2.2 billion, the new Titan Stadium, by the way.
Wow.
I wonder who's paying for that.
It looks horrendous.
Week 18, the Ravens again, as usual. The Week 18 tilt is against the Ravens. It feels like I can't remember the last time it wasn't at this point. This time away, obviously, I took the win at home. I'm going to just take the win again, just because the Steelers are screwing us. They want to get to a completely pointless 8-win record.
You're going for the double sweep of the Ravens.
Double sweep of the Ravens and Browns, and yet still we miss the playoffs. That's what I'm going with.
Interesting. Yeah, I have us with an 8-win record as well, but that means I believe I think the Ravens will still have something to play for at this point here, and I think as much as it it didn't happen last year with what happened record wise, but yeah, I think the Ravens will have our number this time, and we'll be saying goodbye and 8-9. And yeah, just end it on a bit of a whimper.
Yeah, both 8 and 9 you are. I'm 10 wins, but they lose this one. They lose this one 10 and 7, and hopefully they make the playoffs. But
10 wins.
Yeah. And I think I've been slightly conservative.
Ooh, wow.
See, so what I will say though, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I mean, look at last season. You won this exercise, and I was the lowest, as I am again. It feels like, although me and Matt got the same record here, but and I was the furthest away. So this is not me saying that you're right or wrong, Gav, but just that I think you would be the furthest away from the consensus, probably.
Well, the bookies again. Remember, the bookies were 6 and 11 last
6
year.
and 11.
Yeah, they're 7 and 10 this year. So they're lower than you.
Slightly more optimistic. Yeah.
Well, one game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they were, they felt this way last season. But I think the difference for me is last season everybody saw it as, they're bringing in Aaron Rodgers and what can we really expect from a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers? And that wasn't really that didn't concern me in terms of like we were going to drop completely out of the contention picture. The loss of Mike Tomlin, I see as like this really destabilizing force. And this isn't like a comment on Mike McCarthy and his abilities. It's more just that the range of outcomes have massively widened for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I just see, I just see a situation now where without your like kind of, strong pole in the wind that you can rely on and know is going to be there and hold the team together, things could go south. Things could spiral. Things could fall apart. The locker room could be lost. Like all these things that we've held for granted are no longer, I think, to be held for granted. And when wins don't come,
and yet we're still around 500. Like we're still in that mix. I think that's the fear of this Steelers team is that, this Mike McCarthy hire means that we will still be in this quagmire of, middling mediocrity. And I think that's the biggest concern. And it's just funny to me that Gav has a conservative 10 and 7, and I have an optimistic 8 and 9. Like it's very weird. That defines the range, doesn't it?
We're pretty much true to form. You've matched your record from last year, 8 and 9.
Yes.
But the bookies, me and Sai have all given the Steelers one game more this year than last year. Isn't that strange?
And I think I actually feel less confident last year. I just think that, I don't know, maybe the schedule was harder last year. I don't know, but
it just speaks volumes, I think, of the unknown and the worries that we have. So,
yeah. As I say, I do think ultimately this exercise is more a bit of fun than it is meaningful. In terms I don't know what you can really glean other than to it's fun to look at the teams and remember like, okay, these are the actual teams we're going to play and these are the moves that they made and whatnot in the off season. But
it's not fun for Gav. This is deadly serious, and that's why he wins every time.
Of course, and Gav, of course, it's mainly fun for him because he gets to just wander around Street View of the cities.
Well, I just noticed that there's this like weird industrial complex right by the M&T bank. What is this?
Oh, you think? Oh, who's this guy?
I don't know.
I'm behind you, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know who that cyclist is, but is this kind of like I was trying to get a street view on what is this power plant here?
Again, I'm probably behind where you are right now, but that shot you had there of the cyclist like panned upwards, that looked like 1980s Pripyat.
Right? Yeah, it does. I have been to Baltimore. Well, I've been through Baltimore, and it's this is a good vibe of it. It's kind of like industrial, a bit rough, bad traffic, kind of like the vibe you get on that kind of like December game with the steam, kind of an edgy vibe. Yeah, Baltimore's not maybe not the best city in the world. I'm not gonna lie.
If you can just find me, does Baltimore have a oh my god, what do you call it? The things in this like the London Eye. What's the London Eye? What is it?
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Thank you. Do they have a Ferris wheel?
Not that I know of. I'm not sure anyone goes to Baltimore for fun. It's close. It's kind of like a transit route between DC and New York and Philly, right? It's sort of like a nowheresville. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, we're a Steelers podcast. Obviously, we're gonna shit on the Ravens, but I'm not sure anyone goes on holiday to Baltimore. I mean, look at this place.
No,
it could be.
I mean, didn't their only bridge collapse?
People die in toilets.
The infrastructure's falling apart. Yeah, toilets are killing the fans.
I mean,
it's tough stuff out there. But
I guess the best thing to come out of Baltimore is The Wire, right?
Yeah, and isn't even that kind of about how Baltimore's shit?
Yeah.
Right.
Hairspray.
Maybe. That's a good shout. Yeah. Yeah.
John Walters is a Baltimore boy, isn't he? Like he's.
Oh, I'm sure Baltimore's got plenty of
traffic.
Of great assets. All right.
That's the main thing I remember about Baltimore is being stuck in the traffic jam and just wanting to get out of there as quickly as possible. Yeah. But maybe I'm biased. Anyway.
All right. Well, that's the schedule. Now, Gav, I got to say, we've reached 2.5 hours and we're probably going to... It's probably too much, isn't it?
It probably is. But
this is probably all part of your plan. Well,
It's not.
I was just want to say to you. I mean, do we just wait until next week? But then is it too?
Then the moment's
too
gone.
gauche to be out of it.
Yeah.
But then does it matter? Because this. I think it's just fun for us. As long as you haven't watched them, I think it's just kind of.
I think what we could do is probably split this a little bit. I think we could probably talk about, because you've graded them, haven't you, Si?
Yeah.
You've graded these. And then maybe it is a case of Gav goes away for a week, has a watch of these.
I'm not
comes
watching these
back.
in my spare time. I'll watch them with you guys for fun.
I think we'd be better. I think because we don't look. What do we got to do? What do we got to do? What's going to happen between now and a week from now? Really, Aaron Rodgers has signed.
In a week's time, the scheduled release videos are consigned to a history where they should always
and that's
where they should start.
And that's exactly why we're going to be zigging where the rest of the league is zagging.
Okay, okay, all right. I'll give you this. Let's watch your favourite one, and I'll tell you if it's any good or not.
I don't like this. You see, I go away, I watch all 32 of these damn things, create a spreadsheet. I'm jazzed up because there's a lot of points to take from this.
Okay.
And Gav just jumps on my episode. And
Hey,
takes it away.
you know what? I'm going to be
Let's see how it
unhinged.
is.
I'm going to be unhinged here. Let's just do this. Let's do this. I'm working
No,
from home
I'm not
tomorrow.
feeling it anymore, Matt.
No.
He's taking his ball and he's going home.
No, because I'm reading my grades now, and I'm just like, I want to talk. I want to talk videos.
That's
here
what I mean.
because-
There's a lot to talk about. That's why I looked at the 2 hour clock. I was like, I'm not going to get this done in under 2 hours.
We
to
could
talk
do
about
this. Do this as a. We could cut and do it as a Patreon special.
Yeah, this is hardcore. Now.
What are we going to do next week? What are we doing next week?
Oh, we've got more draft picks to talk about next week.
Yeah.
We've got plenty to still.
talk
We could do
about-
way too early.
What is so important next week that we can't possibly do this?
No one in the world is talking about scheduled release videos beyond about tomorrow. It's over. We were already over the horizon.
But
It's now.
that
or
was
never.
why we were going to do it this week, and then you swang in and said, "Let's do this instead."
Do what instead? Do what instead?
Hey, we were always going to do schedule release. I think we were hoping it would be shorter than it was scheduled.
When
release.
have we ever done anything quickly?
Hey,
It's
I'm up for doing this. So let's.
I want to
do
watch
this.
the
I
Bills
believe
one
in
just
you.
because I can see here that it says truly deranged. I want to see that one.
But that's what I mean. You need to watch all of the Bills one to get it, and it's like 4 minutes long. We're not.
Well, we could have watched it in the time that we've been having this little bickerer. That's what I'm saying. Let's watch one. Let's pick one, and then we might get into the vibe of it, and we'll do another hour, or we'll go. Actually, that's not working.
Well, we're not going to watch the whole of the Eagles one. I'll tell you that much. Christ.
God, no, absolutely
No.
not.
So, let's just very quickly talk about our grades, because we had slightly different different amounts of grades, didn't we, in this? And this isn't spoiling it for Gav at all. It's just I want to see what your overall thought of these videos were compared to my overall thoughts of these videos. Strong year, or do you think it's a weaker year than normal?
I think the width between the good and the bad is getting wider. I'll say that. I think you've got an echelon of teams, and we'll get into. Well, we would have got into it had we had time. We've got an echelon of teams that are really taking the mantle of being like, yes, this is a real date on the calendar, and we're going to mark it. And then you've got what feels like a whole bunch of teams just kind of being like reluctantly dragged along. And they are, and then there's some teams that are really not trying. I mean, there's some teams
that's
that
the
are,
embodiment of me. Like, if I was an NFL team, I would have been dragged into making a schedule release video.
Right.
Oh, 100%. And that's why I think I know what Gav's favourite one is going to be, and probably one that we
Yes.
could play on this show.
yes, the Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah.
Gav,
Let's do it.
find the Lions. Find the Lions video.
Hang on. I've got it here. I've got size very preparedly got me a playlist. Hang on. Oop, don't look at my algorithm recommendations there.
See, look, Tom Allen in the chat saying, just show the videos, guys. Like, he's up for it.
Tom's like, do it.
Tom is up for it. So
All right, fine. I'm settling in.
Going into this offseason, he'll look at the fact that he lost a lot of key players.
Can they get back to being the most physical team in football?
The pendulum swing can go very quickly.
Can this defense stay healthy? They have a lot of big decisions to make as a franchise.
As you look at the Lions Super Bowl window, is it closed based on what we saw this year?
I think the Super Bowl window's closed.
I don't know the Lions Super Bowl.
Detroit Lions. I'm gonna be honest, the window might be
Lions.
Lions were Detroit Lions.
I love it. That's grit. That's all that is. You don't need any more than that.
Literally it.
A coach in an office walks out of the office, puts up a schedule on the notice board, and with some cinematic music. Perfect. Don't need any more than that. Don't need animations and memeable moments and Minecraft references. Don't need it.
I knew he would love it.
The only note I'll have on this, and I do like it, but this is actually the only one that I didn't grade. I gave it an NA.
Yeah, I thought that might be your NA.
Yeah, I just gave it. It's the only one I just ungraded it. I said because I like where your head's at. You've almost outsmarted the teacher, right? In that you've come here with an interesting background of why you've done this, right? You know, you've got out of the assignment by coming up with an interesting theory behind it. Okay, fine. But I will say, the Lions at some point this season are going to turn around and say, we didn't listen to any of the hate. It wasn't. We didn't even know it existed. That's going to be a lie, and they've just proved it because they just posted a 30-second video basically saying like, we know that you all think we suck now, and so we're not even going to waste time making a scheduled release video. We're just going to do this. We're just going to you basically what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit too self-aware.
Look at that opening shot. Just says grit with a player walking away.
That's what I mean, though. It's a little bit like on the nose, like a little like we get it. Yeah. Like, okay, you know, come on, let's not push the boat out too far, Lions. Come on, let's just.
I gave it a D. I just said okay. I just literally I have some slightly more in-depth reviews on some of these. This one I literally just put okay, Moody Boys. I wasn't impressed. I was just like,
yeah, I get it. Okay. That's kind of how I felt. Yeah, I didn't rate it because I get the idea. I kind of like the idea. I just think it's a bit. If I was to rate it, I probably would have agreed with you, Matt.
If they go 5 and 12 now, this just looks stupid. So.
But I knew Gavin would like it. Do you know what, Gav? Very quickly, let's because I am invested in this now. Very quickly, let's just go from AFC North down, and we don't have to spend very long on each one necessarily, unless they're great, and short. But let's just very quickly discuss our thoughts on them. Are you sorry, because I'm probably behind where you are on the YouTube. Are you prepared to do that?
Yeah. Which one do you want to watch? Watch Steelers or?
Yeah,
let's watch the Steelers. I think because we need to talk about this. I think
maybe we don't want to watch all of it, but we can.
No, it's long.
Yeah, there was.
Here we go.
All right, now I know it's your first day at work, but you're joining us at a very important time, the schedule release. It's going to be our job to protect and deliver, but first I want to show you our ride around the facility when we do our security checks.
Great, thanks. I know I'm not from around here, but what's up with all the chairs?
Well, how else are people supposed to reserve their parking spot? Oh, look. Hey, Coach!
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
Don't salute. Don't.
I thought.
No. No. Come on. Hey, Leah. Our mom makes good pierogies.
What's a pierogi?
Come on.
You know what I think my favorite thing about this Steelers team is just how Yinzer, the entire coaching staff, team, organization.
There's fries on top of everything, as it should be, as the good Lord would want it to be.
Here we go. G-Chet?
I'm sorry, what?
G-Chet.
Still nothing.
Did you eat yet?
That's completely different than what you just said.
No, it's not. The reason I ask is we have this amazing cafeteria with an amazing chef.
Chef, I need fries.
Fries, sir.
We got fries on salad. We got fries on
you largely
sandwich.
get the idea,
fries
Gav.
on pizza.
Is this actually,
Chef, I need more fries.
Is this actually a scheduled release video or
right?
What is
so,
this?
Hit it with some more fries.
Yeah,
fries on
shut down the
jello.
audio.
Fries and coffee.
Okay, so you get the idea, and I think once again I was surprised by this, Mark. You tell me what you think. I really thought this was the year the Steelers were going to get the assignment on this because it's felt like since last season, the Steelers' social media team has changed. They've become a lot more like Gen Alpha and they're like doing all these wacky like things during game day. And I was like, okay, we're going to get like a weird one that Gav's going to hate. But no, they just I don't know for whatever reason. Whatever team's in charge of this has not changed.
I don't like this either though.
No, this is missing the point entirely. This is just creating like a skit. And do you know what? Me and Chloe went back and watched it again a second time after I'd watched it the first time through those eyes and just watched it as like a video. And I was like, okay, actually it's cute. It's fine. It's not bad. But it's just not, you're missing the point.
Yeah. This is for people who just moved here.
when you shoehorn in the schedule at some point, those are the ones that I'm not as keen on. Where
Move on a
the,
little bit.
the schedule is secondary, I think, to what's actually happening. It's very local, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
this is very local, very Pittsburgh. And
They're leaning into
after
the
just coming back,
Pittsburghese.
just coming back from Pittsburgh.
Which I
Actually,
don't
it's
hate,
quite
but-
fun. But
Yeah.
there is a bit later on that I did find funny.
Hold your collar. You're a security guard. You're trying to look scary, you know.
Not the photo shoot. I thought that was terrible. So you'll know that when he suddenly gets the mustache out of nowhere,
Never
when he
wear
opens up the
orange
case.
or purple. You ever seen a Super Bowl trophy? Here's 6.
Yeah. When he actually has a look at the schedule and he suddenly grows a mustache.
I
that is
agree.
fun.
Yeah, that's the conceit of the video. Basically, is that he's learned once he's looked at the schedule, he's become Yins.
Yeah.
There it is. The new schedule.
There's your punchline. Yeah, it is.
Okay, we got to deliver this to the team.
You think we could take a peek?
I don't know. This is the original copy of the schedule. Some people have looked directly at it, and it has a tendency to yinsify your DNA. You think you're ready for that?
I do.
They're leaning so hard into the Yinza thing. It's a little bit strong.
Oh my
Look out
God!
YouTube.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know
Make noise before Sticks
know what
copyright
I'm
strikes
talking
us.
True.
Yeah, I was going to say Renegade. Yeah, Renegade's already killed us once. Can't do it again.
As he continues to play.
Yeah.
This and that, this and that.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're right. Will kill us.
So I don't know about you, Matt. I gave it a D+. Solid effort as a video. Probably worth more as a video itself, but like, again, you're just not quite hitting the market. You're not getting it.
Yeah, the mustache pushed it to a C- for me. But
What is the pinnacle of this? Is it the Chargers?
I think we'll get to this. We're going to get to this.
Because what are we aiming for here? What's the point of all this? Sorry, obviously I'm too old to understand what we're doing here.
We're trying to generate some excitement, and just bear with us. Let us get through the teams. 'Cause I think you're going to feel through the passage of the teams how it starts to. You see, like, oh yeah, this represents this team.
Okay. And can I just say as well, I don't know if you've seen these, but it appears that the World Cup has suddenly adopted this somewhat, because international teams are now starting to do videos for the player squad selections. Curacao just did one. Scotland have now done one, and I believe more teams are going to start doing them. I think they're somewhat inspired by. Well, I can't say if they're directly inspired by what the NFL is doing here, but I think there's a little tinge of that. So yeah, it's interesting to see them going into that direction as well.
It's definitely started a trend.
It's always just hype, and it's getting people involved. It's fun, and they do it in various different ways as we see here. But so some of them it's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. The Bengals, which I think you've got loaded up, Gav.
Ready.
That time again. Every year, it's something you can feel. Old rivalries resurfacing. New chapters emerging. Memories waiting their turn.
Have you been to Cincinnati? So is that why there's a big cloud there?
When the tide breaks, dead men tell no tales. Then, having a rodeo in Houston.
Breaking news just coming into the
And in the division,
Now, again, I don't want to spend ages on all
identities
these, so
rebuild.
you get the idea. This is the
the whole
conceit
thing,
of the
yeah.
whole thing. It's just this. It's like those hype videos. This to me, and just sorry, Gav, just because it'll throw me. I can't hear myself think. So no, I said zero. You're going to find out later. There's actually you can put minus effort in, but zero effort put in here. Really, it attempted to somehow brag at one point that they're the only team that didn't slip a standard because they kept the worst coach in the division. Okay, they completely lacked any concept. It was just a cocky sounding voiceover talking bollocks the whole time. It's very sad, very sad, truly sad.
The best thing about it is that it's quick. It doesn't last too long.
True. I said if you told me it was AI, I'd believe you. Which, again, we're going to find out I was wrong. But I'd expect nothing less from the scum of the NFL. This is just the worst of the worst. That isn't AI.
But the key thing for me, at least with this one, you know, other than being quick, it does actually go through the schedule. Like that, they're the ones I prefer.
Yes,
where
I understand, but and I agree with you. I agree with you in theory, but it betrays, and this is what I'm trying to say about the schedule releases. They say something about the spirit of the teams. This betrays the fact that they have no spirit. There's no soul here. This is just an entity. It exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, what he said. Yeah, exactly.
Get it
Great
off.
timing.
I don't want to
on
hear
that.
any
Yeah.
more of it. Right, next one.
Yeah.
So I gave that an F.
This is
What did you
very
give that?
I give it a
NFL
D.
Films. If NFL Films made a schedule release,
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
lazy.
it's pretty dull.
I gave it a D just because it was quick and it actually did, you know, talk about the schedule a bit. But yeah, hilarious that they tried to make Zach Taylor look good over it. It really is just a voiceover.
Bizarre.
I don't think they tried very hard last year either. I just don't think they're a team that does this stuff very well. But yeah, Browns or Ravens?
Well, I've got loaded up the Browns. This
Yep.
has a vibe to it already.
Hey you! Hear about the super rad fighting game that's sweeping Cleveland, Ohio? Well, I'm about to give you an exclusive first look before it takes over the country.
We're in an 80s arcade, apparently.
This is Street Fighter CLE, a state-of-the-art game featuring the most elite warriors in the world. With gameplay that packs a punch and special features that'll blow your mind. Stay on your toes to fend off your opponent's special moves. Fight! He's going turbo mode! He's untouchable!
So
Add insult
this goes on as well for a little while.
Good enough
Now,
timing?
I don't know about you, Matt. To me, this one was very interesting because at first blush, it's quite impressive, right?
Listen to how crisp those sound effects are.
concept heavy, like very well animated with the retro style
When
stuff,
you win,
right? In the
strike
game.
a pose.
It's in the 90s setting.
Yeah.
But and tell me if I'm just being too harsh.
It's so
here.
lifelike.
I love how Gav's managed to somehow
More challenges?
fade it up in proper phrases here as well. I don't know how he's managing to do that. But
Character
anyway.
has their own unique fighting stage.
Is it
Yeah,
so each opponent? So it's a video fighting game with each opponent.
Yeah,
that's the concept.
Yeah.
I think the main guy's probably a bit too annoying. For
there's
my
that.
liking.
A little bit like the video store guy out of Clerks reminded me of.
He
It does that once a year.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a couple of chuckles in it, but nothing like major. Like,
If you don't want it to, you can hit continue.
It's like totally good and solid, but like it's like very safe.
The gnarly
Like, it's
special
almost-
moves these fighters have.
Yeah, you're gonna lose it with you. It's
you
almost
gotta
like
stop doing that.
it's almost like the like if you were to say like, right, we need to make a schedule release video. It's like, okay, we've got the money and the ability to make something that looks cool, but it's not very like it's like almost the exact thing that you would expect.
Yeah,
the graphics are good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's presentation wise is good.
It's interesting in that way, but no, it kind of just goes on a bit too long as well.
Graphics are totally tubular.
Well, yeah, exactly. But no, it goes on a bit too long, I think. And the
Bit like
guy
this
is
podcast.
just-
Another bonus stage.
yeah, exactly. Just a bit too annoying, I
Which
think.
is going to go way a bit like this
All
podcast.
the awesome features that Street Fighter CLE has to offer.
Gav, this has become unlistenable to
Okay,
the
sorry.
audience.
Yeah, you've got to stop doing that, Gav.
Let's move on.
Ravens.
This is weird, this one.
Yeah, this one you can be quick on.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's really much to listen to be honest. They effectively, I don't know. Are you playing?
Hey, what's up, y'all? We about to go crash this wedding. Ciara and Zach, huge Ravens fans. They met a few years ago, and their love for all things Baltimore brought
Is
them
that
together.
Jacob Rodriguez?
Ciara booked Poe to crash a wedding reception as a
Say
surprise for
flowers.
Zach. But I found out, and I love weddings. So I thought I'd come join the party too. They have no idea I'm here. Let's go.
All right.
Everybody, please round of applause for
So
Poe.
basically,
What is
they
this?
send Zay flowers to someone's wedding. I guess.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the big.
I literally... literally my one kind of sentence for this was, will Zay Flowers just do anything? Because he went over to Manchester for the draft pick, and now he's doing this, which literally as well, if you see the dates at the end of it, was literally like the week before. I think it was literally just 2 weeks ago now that this wedding happened. So it was all very hastily put together. But yeah,
I think they like to use the young players with no families, don't they, to go and do a lot of this stuff, which makes sense.
I think
but,
so.
But to me, this highlights the one thing I'll say about this one. It highlights a big problem that's becoming a major issue, I think, with this, which is that this is a problem with everything. The money has found it. The companies have found it. Most of them this year, at least the interesting ones, had some element of SeatGeek or Ticketmaster sponsorship.
SeatGeek big time.
Right.
Yeah.
And Zay Flowers in this video specifically is like, I'm here on behalf of the Baltimore Ravens and SeatGeek. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. It's like, guys, do we have to do this with everything? Like, even the schedule release has to be this now? Like, we can't just have one thing that's just, rogue underground marketing. It just, everything's got to be like, let's back off. Let's back. Well, yeah, I know. Sign up to my socialist newsletter if you want more. But let's just less of the SeatGeek Ticketmaster promotion. Don't overdo it. You're gonna kill it.
What grade did you give this? Because I think this is terrible.
This is terrible. I think I was maybe generous with a D+ because I thought that it was kind of cute. With the couple was kind of cute.
I actually was as high as a C. I think it's just because it was quite. Objectively speaking, objectively speaking. I think it's quite wholesome what they actually.
That's why
did.
I gave it the D+.
I like wholesome. Like, Kathy enjoyed this one, and I think it's nice, but yeah, it's not anything earth shattering. So,
I just don't see the point in it.
No, this one again. This is just an advertisement opportunity for SeatGeek.
Right. I think that's the main part of that.
Okay, so we've done the AFC North. Where are we going next?
The AFC North, I would say, as a whole, pretty poor, right? I think the best one was the Browns, and even that was kind of safe. Go on.
I was going to say, so we're 15 minutes off it being 3 hours. Maybe it shouldn't be too much longer. Maybe now it is a time for us to kind of go through the best and worst of what we have. So
let's go for the highlights and the lowlights. And
so can I suggest? Can I suggest one to play first that I think me and Sai both will love?
Go ahead.
Sai, tell me if I'm wrong. Titans?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's play the Titans one.
Is great.
This is probably my second favourite one of the whole lot.
Yeah, and when Gav said what should a schedule release be, I think the Titans get it the most. I think they understand the most what it should be.
That one with the people guessing the teams from a couple of years ago.
I look like Dustin Hoffman.
Oh my gosh, Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets. Woody Johnson.
Bart Suggs.
Big Dom.
Big Dom?
Look that way. Yeah, looks just like you.
Because I have a brother named
Dom.
Don.
Hey Cam, are you Cam Scattaboo? Yo, Derrick Henry. Oh man, my bad. CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Sounds mad familiar.
You play quarterback for the Texans?
Nah, sir. Not
Bro,
me.
you look just like him.
Me.
Pat McAfee? Excuse me, Pat? Are you Pat McAfee?
He looks exactly like him from behind.
Myles Garrett.
Nope.
Hey, heck yeah, dude.
That's funny.
Oh, what's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? You good?
Yeah.
You ready for the season, Joe? Trevor Lawrence? Trevor, come on. You just don't want people to know who it is?
Yeah, I got my shades on.
Jerry Jones? The owner of the Cowboys?
Jerry, what's up? I'm from the UK.
Yes.
Will Compton? Are you Will Compton?
No.
That's Will.
No.
No way.
No.
Wait, say it like this. Say it like this. I'm telling you. Dan Campbell. What's up, bro? Dan Campbell. Fernando Mendoza?
Oh, yes.
What are you doing here?
Actually, it's him.
Oh, yeah, just seeing the family, you know what I mean?
Aaron Rodgers? Dude, I won't tell anybody if you're actually Aaron Rodgers.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, man.
So,
kind of fun. What's that got to do? So So wait, so the schedule was all of the lookalikes one after another. You see, it takes a little
Yeah.
second to catch up with it. I
Maybe if you're a pensioner.
yeah, I just-
Yes, because
I need to watch that like 5 times to actually work out what the schedule is. I don't know.
yeah,
like,
but then
you
they
gotta
put the schedule at the end.
Right,
yeah,
exactly. You can
yeah.
Google the schedule. If you actually want to just know what the schedule is, there are easier ways. This is not really the point.
But what I do also like about it, kind of against that point, is that it does schedule in order. Like
Right.
there's some of these videos that the schedule's like well off order in the actual video that they
Oh,
do.
you've got to
It's
do it in
really
order. I
strange.
mean, that's a basic, isn't it?
Well, yeah, trust me, there are some teams here who do it in all sort of scattershot order. So, but yeah, I do agree with you. So I think the Titans get it, and it's funny that what I was going to say just before the video played, that one that was famous a couple of years ago, with the different people, Lightning McQueen, they couldn't, trying to guess the teams. That wasn't the official Titans video. That was a YouTube
Really?
short. Yeah,
No way.
yeah, their official one was something
Wow.
pretty bland in a Memphis bar
That's
or something
funny.
like that. But yeah, that was the one that blew up. That was just a YouTube short.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
they've done a good job now, a few years in a row of like kind of not. They could, obviously it could go stale, but they've kind of found ways to innovate on the concept.
Yeah,
and make it
that
funny
was a
still,
great
so.
that was a great one.
You
from
see,
them. I think
I'm
they did
starting to
very
feel
well.
like when I pick my daughter up from school and she's with her mates,
Mhm.
they're 14.
I don't think this is. You're making this
No,
seem
wait,
like
let
way
me just explain.
more-
Let me just explain. So I pick my daughter up. There's four 14-year-old girls in the car. What I've learned is you just don't say anything at all. Because as soon as you talk, you reveal that you're an old man and you're uncool. The best thing you can do is fly under the radar and just drive, be silent, and say, there you go, when you drop them off. That's it. I feel like that's my position here on this, because I
Right.
really don't get what's going on here, because I didn't
See, this
understand that
is-
video, and you're saying that's the best one?
So
Okay.
I think it's the second best one for me, but this is the sort of thing that's keeping me young, Gav. You see, I'm in that late 30s vibe now where I'm trying to keep myself. I'm in my midlife crisis, and I'm just trying to keep myself somewhat young. And these videos are kind of helping with that. By the time I hit your age, maybe I'll be more like you then, Gav. We'll see. But
None of us are going to reach Gav's age. What did you
My
give?
birthday on
that-
Monday, by the way.
Really? Happy
Yes,
birthday.
thank you.
Oh,
47
yes.
years of age. There you go.
don't look a day over 46.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
I gave that an A. Si, I loved it.
Yeah.
But there was one that I preferred.
I gave it an A+. But yeah.
Oh wow! There's only one A+ I gave, which is the one I
Interesting.
preferred.
Can I suggest? There's a couple. This is what I mean. As I'm looking through, I'm like, I've got so many. I really want to show Gav the Bills one.
Yes, I think the Bills one is definitely worth a watch.
Okay, coming up. 1 second.
And
As it comes up,
the Buffalo Bills scheduled release video.
and I want to. I want to get as soon as it's finished, because I want to hear what you think the vibes are for it, because I think
Yes,
there's
I
a
think-
specific vibe.
Yes,
here.
don't worry. I was saying exactly this to Chloe.
Good.
Okay, guys, let's get started here. Schedule release. It's finally time. Woo! I'll kick it off. Picture this. All right, we got a barbershop quartet who sings the schedule. I know some boys from Scarborough that I think will absolutely nail it. They're excellent. Yes, this is a little niche, but this thing could go viral. That's just one idea. Remember, no bad ideas. Let's send it around. What do you got?
Classic air conditioning pumping audio. Just a soundman's point of view.
Billy to Buffalo in the ticket office.
Tell me that.
Right. Tell me that's not funny.
Love that.
Classic.
I know I pitch this every year, but can we please do an anime schedule release video?
That's Simon in the group chat.
A giant chrysalis.
Okay, well, I just came up with this last night, so it's not fully fleshed out yet. But you know, looks maxing? What if we did something similar to that, but it was schedule maxing?
yeah.
Not fully fleshed out, but it could be something. That could go viral.
I get that.
Sounds like you're a good idea, Max.
Maybe we could work with Vince Carter. That way we can tap into the Canadian market.
Canada. Did you write mine down?
I'm sorry, what was it again? Something about Christmas?
A giant chrysalis.
What's a chrysalis?
Ain't it for butterflies?
Well, it's when caterpillars transform into a butterfly, like a cocoon.
The real slimy joint.
They're actually quite beautiful.
Okay. I wrote it down. All right, who's next?
Represents a time of change. It's high concept.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like symbolic.
This would be the perfect year for a giant chrysalis.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. PJ, what was that idea you were telling me about yesterday? I thought that was pretty solid.
I'm going to say what we're all thinking. A giant chrysalis. It's gotta be the giant chrysalis.
Should the chrysalis be hanging or standing? All chrysalises hang, Kate.
6 feet tall. The giant chrysalis. It has to be giant. Giant chrysalis.
Giant chrysalis? That's good. All right. We got a lot of really good ideas here, but 2 of them specifically were the best. I think I know what we're gonna do here.
First we play the Texans, then Detroit at home. Chargers passing LA Rams, Raiders on the road. Then we have the bye week, then on to Baltimore. Vikings, Jets, and Finns and Chiefs, Patriots once more. Next we play the
Does this go on for much longer?
Face the Bears, Broncos, Dolphins, and the Jets. The schedule is here.
So you're saying that's the best one?
Thoughts? Well, Gav, what are your thoughts on that?
As an audio professional, I hated
Oh my
the
God.
dynamic pumping of the air conditioning. Just killed it for me. Like, please put that through something to sort that out.
Honestly, that may
Brutal.
even be intentional. I don't even know.
No, it wasn't. That was just a plain
Because
up error.
that was a straight Tim Robinson sketch, which is
Yeah,
what Matt
that is.
was
I think you
referencing.
should leave vibes 100%.
Yeah.
A little bit of Key and Peele vibe in there as well.
The fact that to me, and this is again what I'm saying, why I'd be so hot on this as a Bills fan. That to me says, wow, Josh Allen gets it. I know we already know it. We already know Josh Allen is great, but like, if you had any doubt that he had the vibes, he gets it. To nail that performance in what is a very difficult task, a Tim Robinson sketch, and to capture that vibe so well. I mean, what a bit. The chrysalis.
That's your
Great.
starting quarterback who is doing that as well. That's fantastic for your team.
It signifies a time of change.
Yeah, it's so good, and you can see, yeah, he's been involved in a couple of these now. He gets it. He totally gets it. So, I gave it a B because I did think did only because I did think it went on a little bit too long. Like,
But that is Tim Robinson, though, right? I mean,
is.
That's what I thought was so great, is that it captured even Gav paused it and be like, "Does this go much longer?" I was like, "This is so Tim Robinson."
Yeah.
This is
but
literally-
it's Tim Robinson vibes. That's the problem. It's not quite Tim Robinson. That's the thing. But like, I still gave it a B because I did think it was weird and it was funny.
Well, I gave it an A+, and honestly, I think it's probably my favorite.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
that's because of the giant
I get it,
chrysalis.
yeah.
You know,
I get it.
All right. Look, Gav's bored of this. And we've
I'm
done
not
his
bored.
bit,
I'm
so
just
he's-
not saying
he's-
anything because
he's
I've got
tired
nothing
now.
to say because I don't want to reveal that I'm old and don't understand any of this. So let's move on. Who are we going to? next?
Well, I tell you what. Then let's shall we make you feel a bit less old? Shall we look at the Colts schedule video?
Colts schedule video.
Yes. This one might be a bit tricky in the old YouTube.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
wondering that. But
will we get kicked off for it? But we'll see.
I might just kill that audio just for a second.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
No, that's going to get a copyright strike.
Okay, we won't. I think.
Well,
people
to be
have seen
fair,
it.
it's not even this bit. Well, yeah, maybe it's a struggle. Basically, the Colts one is my favourite one of the entire lot because it is
Once the
just
music's
Simpsons
over, we can-
references. Yeah, because once the intro's done, it is just Simpsons clips from there. But I just like what they've done with the little Colts references throughout in the intro as well. But then, yeah, it's the schedule part that really does it for me.
You're a famous Simpsons fan, Mark. Surely this speaks to you.
Yes, it's my favourite show of all time.
Hang on. Sorry, yeah, we just if we play music that's copyrighted, we get taken down. Here we go.
Yeah.
Back at you now, Raven!
Barbecue.
Arm went bust after the cow started giving sour milk. Something must have spooked him good. Yes, because...
Just like what has this got to do with football? I just don't get it.
Because each week is a Simpsons clip. Just kill the audio for a sec. So, what is not to understand about this?
It sure was nice of Mr. Burns to invite us for a midnight dinner at his country house in Pennsylvania.
I mean that's a classic Simpsons moment, but
The ball is grind.
what's that got to do with the Titans?
So many levels.
I actually didn't know what that one meant. Did you know that one, Matt?
Wasn't sure.
No. But generally, they're all related to the team.
Nighty-night.
They're
related to the team, yeah.
Promise not to laugh. I
Kill the
always
audio.
wanted to own the Dallas Cowboys.
Go! Go! Go!
Come on, lads! Let's drive them back to the ocean!
Son, I represent a group of oil tycoons who make foolish purchases.
New York is a hellhole. And you know how I feel about hellholes. Well, bye-bye belt. Otherwise known as a Philadelphia handshake. Maybe he can tell me how to get this off. It's soaked through to the other side.
Ooh, savage.
Ring. Florida, but that's America's wing.
Yes, you get the idea with the Colts one, but it is. I mean, it's just The Simpsons for me, and that is everything for me. I think the Titans one is just basically just having a laugh at the Titans. Really, you needed 2 weeks.
Oh, they're laughing at the
stuff.
Titans. Sorry,
Just
because
laughing at the Titans.
who is it? Because it's the Colts. Yeah, sorry, that's silly. Yeah, right. Because it's the Titans, they're just like pointing and laughing at them because they suck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay,
I just love it, and it's everything I wanted in it. It's it's a schedule in order. It's full of Simpsons clips. Very nice Colts references in the intro with the offensive line on the couch as well. Was pretty funny. This was just entirely my cup of tea.
It's a chance for the official team accounts to poke fun at other teams and stuff. So it's like
And the fact that the Simpsons got involved with it as well.
Yeah,
They actually, got it all involved with it. I think that's just fantastic for the team. as
Okay,
well,
where are we
so-
going next? Vikes?
Well, what are we at? 3 hours now?
I don't know.
You got some of the good ones here. No, it does. I think it does. Just a couple more. Come on.
If we want good ones,
I think the
we need
Raiders
to
is one
watch-
you should watch. I think Gav should watch the Raiders one.
You should watch the Raiders one. Is it good?
I thought it was
liked it. I like the awkward energy. Yeah, I think this is one Gav might.
And
be
I think because
interested
it's
in.
important given the
the
nature of it.
Let's go Raiders then.
Okay, Raiders booting up. Hang on. It looks like a Halo type thing.
That's the
No,
Chargers.
no,
Did I
that's
give
the
you the wrong one?
Chargers.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one.
Oh crap! Maybe I did. I maybe hit the wrong box? Uh-oh.
Perhaps.
Could you YouTube search?
It could be a
Raiders?
mouse. Could be a mouse issue. Hang on.
Oh, you did have. Yeah, I did
That's
see.
the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Chargers. Yeah.
Which is also good.
No, yeah, you've definitely put the Raiders. Okay, so hang on. I need to do Raiders
Raiders schedule.
Release. This is what people come for. Me typing in boxes on. Wait.
Oh.
Raiders schedule release. Reactions.
No.
Okay, this is it.
No,
I think this is it. It didn't look right to me, but all right, here we go.
Yeah.
What is this? What am I hearing?
That guy from the other one. I don't know. It's a pitch shot of. Is this not it? It's a shot of Fernando Mendoza in.
Oh yeah, that's it. Sorry, it's just the volume was low.
Hey.
Hey.
Is this music going to get us killed?
I'm Kurt.
No.
I'm Fernando.
Maybe we have to talk
You're
over
gonna
it
have
so
to
the
call me
YouTube
Kirko Chains.
algorithm can't.
Cool. You're gonna have to call me the Nandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Still worried.
Yeah,
about
I don't
music.
think this is. I don't think it's the copyrighted music.
What happens if I sneeze around it?
Don't do it.
What if I...
Don't do it. So what's the best Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back or Rogue One?
Ha! Trick question. Star Wars A New Hope, which was originally titled just Star Wars in 1977, but then they changed it to Star Wars A New Hope in 1981. Say your favorite football play on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Turbo right, 63 wide shallow. Jinx!
Did we just become best friends?
Yup!
Nice!
I'm about to show you the most prized possession from my 15-year NFL career.
Thank you for trusting me. Oh my, it's beautiful, Mr. Chains.
This is a signed sword from Las Vegas' own Donny Osmond.
This is Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza for the audio crew.
Joseph, you know what they say. Don't stare at this too long.
Ashton Jeffy through the hole.
There he goes.
They only bring 4. Ah! There's Max Crosby with the sack back at the 5.
It's about that time. We invite you to the slaughterhouse.
You get the idea there. Yeah, Step Brothers, basically.
Right.
I liked the awkward energy of it.
Yeah.
Especially-
Paul Mendoza gave a good showing of himself there. I thought the vibes were positive. It sold me on Mendoza, which is why I thought this was an important one.
It's quite charming, I suppose.
Forget the tape. The tape irrelevant. What was important to me was his performance in this skit.
I didn't need selling on Fernando. I love the kid. But Kirko actually,
Kirk. Oh, when he said, what was it? He says, "Thank you, Mr. Chains." Or I'm sorry, Mr. Chains. Kirk Chains. So good.
Right, everyone always raves about the Chargers, right? So let's watch the Chargers one because they're
we'll watch the Chargers one, and I think that's probably the last. I've probably got a couple of others, but I think that might be.
Maybe after that, some terrible ones. Is this Halo copyrighted music? Do I need to watch out for this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, it might be. Yes.
Jump in for a few seconds.
And in fact, probably the music after it as well. We might get copyrighted.
So
on the Chargers
they're setting up this as the Halo menu screen thing.
Yes.
But yeah, this one I don't think will mean much to you, will it, go?
I played a bit of Halo back in the day.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The problem with the Chargers one, again, not to talk over it, but there is so many different references. I mean, it's great, obviously.
They're doing
but,
the full.
Doing too much.
You have to. You just have to keep watching it back over, which is probably the best idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Heisman don't. Yeah.
And they put a lot of effort into this. They hired like people in multiple countries to that are experts in Halo Forge to make all the different sets and stuff.
Yeah. I read, did Halo approach them to do this as well?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they approached the Chargers to do it as well.
Yeah. But again, this is very Chargers. It's elite LA production values, right? It's you compare this to again. This is what I love about this exercise and why I wish it hadn't been shuffled to the side. Is that each one says something about the team and the city. Like if you look at the Saints one, it's it betrays something about the kind of franchise it is.
Are many references to the French in that one? The New Orleans Saints.
The Saints. I don't know what it is.
Let's head over to the Saints. I'm interested in this.
the underdogs. What did this team show?
Yeah, I think New Orleans was somewhat a little bit similar to ours in that it's very local.
Exactly.
So
And that's what.
So littered with French references. Then.
Well, there would be some French reference.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't like the Saints one at all.
Yeah. Well, no, not that it was good, but just that it says something about the kind of team the Saints are.
Yeah.
In its production quality and but also the homeliness of it in a sense, and like I don't.
Good evening, I'm Hoda Kotb. We begin tonight with a very special forecast, and it's looking a little competitive.
Doesn't sound French.
In New Orleans, we know a thing or two about tracking storms. I've been asked to take a look at what could be a threat this season. So here's a deep dive into what's in store because we want you to be prepared. We want you to know what's going to happen. The Carolina Panthers
SeatGeek show.
Try to build on their winning 2025 season, but the Saints' fast young offense is going to be like a squall line moving through the Panther defense. Now, a huge heat dome is plaguing the Atlanta Falcons. They are feeling fried after an
this is pretty bad, no?
losing streak.
Yeah,
the
it's not
area
good.
is now under
It,
a decades-long
you've got the
choke
idea.
advisory.
This is bad.
It's like maybe it's interesting if you're local, but it again it betrays like the idea that it's a bottom of the barrel franchise prestige wise, right? Like
Yeah,
you're not going to get this out of a Chargers.
No. A tropical system
Yeah,
seems
no,
to
it
be
doesn't get any better. I'll
No,
tell you that much.
I'm clinging on for nothing that's going to happen here.
No,
exactly.
Okay.
It's basically this. Yeah, couple of interesting shots here at people, but yeah.
What's this Cowboys one? You've got a high grade on
I really like the Cowboys. Did
The
you like
Cowboys,
the Cowboys one, Matt?
I really liked
I
it.
really
The problem
liked
with
it.
the Cowboys one is it's very long.
It is long, but what I liked about the Cowboys one is that it was an interesting concept. They got 3 players in, and you could tell that they all just kind of improved and enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And it came across, and it was funny, and it was.
and I did end my review with Tyler.
Tyler.
Yeah,
That was maybe one of like my favorite in terms of like as I was watching it, like I was like on board and having fun watching it. Like I don't know that it was the best schedule release video.
yeah, but it was fun to watch. Yeah,
It was
100%.
Tyler. It's a traitor's reference.
Gentlemen, we are honored to be here today and further the goals of the Tyler Intelligence Agency.
The whole world will know about us soon.
Gentlemen, let's hear from the boss.
My fellow Tylers, we have placed undercover Tylers within the organizations of each opponent on the 2026 schedule, and today we reveal their missions.
Location, New York. Agent, Tyler Newbin. Safety. Mission, torment Malik neighbors via psychological warfare.
That won't be hard.
Caleb Downs.
I gotta play against this thing again. He's very good. He's very good.
Bro, he's very good.
Caleb Downs is ours, Malik. Fool.
Location, Washington, D.C. Agent, Tyler Owens. Safety. Mission.
Okay, we get the gag here. How long?
Yeah,
does
you
this
get the gig.
go
It's
for?
very
Yeah,
long.
it's a long video. That's the thing.
But, again, they just have a lot of fun
Whoa,
going back and
8 minutes.
forth. It's I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's very fun. Yeah, as I say, if you watch the whole thing,
Very
yeah,
fun.
there are some very
Tyler.
funny shots in there.
Yes, Tyler. Yeah, that's the thing.
against
The
teams,
production, because you'd expect it from the Cowboys, right? Production value is incredible.
Well, yeah, that and I was just talking about the shots they take at some of the teams as well.
Oh, you mean the
yeah.
shot? I thought you meant like I was literally talking about some of the camera shots. Like were so
Yeah, not-
comedic,
Not
like
the
the way
mise en
that they would
scène,
like.
but yeah. No. Yeah, no, I think it's just a very fun one.
Tyler. Yeah, I said
say-
maybe a bit indulgent with the 3 Tylers going through every game, but it's a fun idea. Yeah.
I would like to put forward the worst one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you agree with me here, Si.
Well, there's only one
and
answer to this.
for the love of God, Gav, do not play this one. It's 13 minutes long. It's absolutely nothing. It's the Eagles.
You can't challenge me like that and then expect me not to play.
No,
It's
No, don't play it. It's really not worth it.
It's so
It's
long
so
and so
bad.
nothing.
Well,
It's
we'll just have a
literally
minute or two of it. Let's just see.
all of it. All it is, I can literally sum it up for you. They've just put 5 players in a room to
Well, actually,
discuss the schedule.
Can I correct you there, Matt? They've put 4 players and an energy vacuum into a room.
In Jalen Hurts, yeah. The Jordans just about make it watchable. The 2 Jordans.
I couldn't get through it.
Jeez.
This
No, I
was the
didn't
only
finish
one
it.
that I had
Yeah.
to stop.
Back in the day.
That's the best. Best seat. I wish they had niggas in.
Yeah.
What, Denise?
That's just live reaction video to the schedule.
Yeah,
that's all it
30
is.
seconds, bro.
It's just 5 players opening envelopes and going, "Oh, Titans, week 3, cool."
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Again, I think this is typical of the Eagles because they think they're funnier than they are.
Yep. Yeah,
Right?
100%.
Like, they think they can just roll Jalen Hurts into a room with some friends and be done with it.
Okay. Called it.
You called it. You called it.
I like that.
He do a little insight though.
Home opener? That's home opener?
Is that my latte?
We got it.
Home opener.
Yeah.
That's your my latte.
Week 1.
Please no more.
Yeah, please. Let's.
Audio.
Yeah.
We got week 2.
Audio. Like.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's
Yeah.
pretty bad. Pretty
No,
bad.
that's enough of that.
Yeah, the sound's bad.
That's not even like fun bad. It's just poor.
It's just
It's
rubbish.
awful.
Just
It's my own-
unimaginative.
It's my only F.
lazy, Expensive. 'cause
Okay,
you
the
got
other
all
ones
these
we've got here,
players
we've
to
got
come in
the
and do it for
Rams.
no
You
reason.
seem to like the Rams. You like the Seahawks. Or
Yeah, the Rams was Napoleon Dynamite spin. I don't know that we need.
Ooh,
Now,
I like Napoleon
really
Dynamite.
liked-
I'm leaning into the Napoleon
Okay.
Dynamite. Let's see.
All right.
If it's a dance, it's already it's winning for me. Oh, my internet.
I'm trying to remember this one. My first thing was love this song. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, if it's a song that. What song is it?
It's like the opening. Yeah, the song might be a trouble actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Is it going to be a problem copyright wise? I think it might be.
Yeah.
Probably doing the listeners a favour if we get taken down.
Oh yeah, of course it's White Stripes. Yeah, again Hollywood production. This one.
Yep,
Yeah, just
yep.
really well shot. Couple of funny ones in there.
Yeah,
It's just very,
didn't
very
overdo it, but
sweet.
there was a couple of fun jokes in it. So,
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's lovely. Again, it's just we'll get taken down for it, but yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a sweet video, a very
It's
very
definitely
wholesome one.
full of heart from start to finish.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah.
Very
I think
interesting
the
take of
music's
it.
going to kill us on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly, yeah. One I really did like, actually, you just mentioned it, the Seahawks. That was an A grade for me. I
always
really
do well.
liked it. Yeah, they do. Yeah, Joel
They
McHale.
did
can't go wrong with it.
the action figure one last year.
Yes, they did.
It was
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. Seahawks one is good. I don't know if you want to watch that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Study the
Sorry,
plays,
I'm behind on the things.
watch the tapes, crunch the numbers. Now, the only way to capture
That's AI, no?
is with a fragrance. Wake up. Emotion. Power. Bombarding. Parfum des Seahawks, the signature fragrance of the Seattle Seahawks, but it's only the beginning.
Seahawks signature fragrances, they are taking the league by storm.
Man, you smell like shit. Trash talk. Smells better than you.
Smell the dark side.
It smells good. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Holy catfish! I've been saying it for years, and now you can smell like it. But the real question is, what will the Seahawks opponents smell like?
Pig.
The 49ers bring you Substation.
Oh, that's good.
As a real treat from Philadelphia, the Tush Push, the greatest contribution they have made to the NFL. Now, as you can see, it comes in 2 separate bottles. That's 2 separate fragrances, and you would be surprised at which one smells worse. Now, conversion number 2. This is an amazing cologne. It smells of melancholy and what the hell just happened. When you put this cologne on, you don't even know you've already lost.
This might be my favorite.
It's a fortuitous must.
Excuse me, could you tell me what cologne you're wearing?
Yeah, it's Nostalgia 96 by the Cowboys.
Have you tried the Cardinals' new fragrance?
Yeah. To be honest, it smelled like a rebuild.
What about the Bears?
At some point, you got to decide if you want to smell like Indiana or not.
It's the new fragrance from the Carolina Panthers.
Oh! 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 Oh!
There are many smells in the NFL to choose from.
But when I want to smell like a champion, I reach for Parfum de Seahawks.
Cut.
What's in this stuff, anyhow?
So yeah.
Also introducing.
Fuck you.
Brought to you by yours truly. Beast mode, bitch.
Okay, that one I get.
Lynch
That
at
was
the end.
good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
That was funny. There was a lot of substation references.
Sorry for the violence on the stream there. That was unintended. Okay. Should we call it a day there, or is there any others you want to hit? What's the Browns? The Browns are bad. I mean, the brown colour.
We watched the Browns.
No, sorry. The brown on the spreadsheet. What's the Simon's spreadsheet here? I mean, they're bad.
It's color coded.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
is there a
colour is
key?
brown?
Oh, yes. Brown is. B. Oh, brown's
brown
second.
is a B.
You've got like
like for example, I thought the Falcons. What did you think of the Falcons one? We don't have to watch all these now necessarily, but what did you think of the Falcons one,
we'll
Mark?
talk through them.
Like, because I thought that like went back to the old Office linebacker days, and unfortunately, I think people won't watch it because it's so long. But if you were to watch like one clipped out skit, I actually think it's quite funny.
There were a couple of chuckles through it. Yeah, I like the Bijan camera stuff.
Yeah.
That was funny. The Drake and Kendrick reference, hilarious. Yeah, it was a little bit long. Office ones are somewhat overdone.
It was like they designed it to be a bit more like clip it out on TikTok and like just have the one.
Yes.
Like the old Office line, but not obviously not that it was TikTok, but like you would just watch like one 10-second.
A C
run.
plus, I think, for Falcons. I gave that. Yeah,
I gave him a B plus, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, that was an interesting one. One I loved. I will say the Chiefs. With
Chiefs, I quite liked. I gave it a B.
Yeah, that was an A for me. I think that's Rob Riggle's best work in years. Yeah, that one's funny for sure.
It was again for me. That one was a bit long. I thought.
Yeah, but it was still keeping up the funny for me. I was still getting laughs out of it. I think
this is QV Chiefs,
yeah,
Kingdom Schedule Release Shopping Network.
We won't go through the whole thing, but yeah, it's
good. It's good for me.
Welcome to QV Chiefs. I'm your host, Bruce.
And I'm your better host, Gail.
Get those telephones ready, Chiefs Kingdom, because today's episode has an incredible lineup of juicy products. And we don't mean cheeseburgers.
Bruce, that's right. A whole schedule's worth of items you won't find anywhere else. Shall we, Bruce? Wowee, look what we have here. Jars of rare mile-high air.
Now, we know what you're thinking. Why pay steep prices for something that's usually free?
Well, rest assured, we went to great lengths and heights to harvest only the highest quality premium air. Why don't you give that a big woof, Bruce?
Okay. Looking forward to this.
I hope the horse didn't fart in that one.
I'm sure that's not the case.
Yeah, I got one that the horse farted in.
Hey, Gail, are you jonesing for a new adventurer's fedora?
Nope.
Can we please just get through this?
Fine, but jonesing, really, for an Indiana fedora? It's just stupid.
The brim is wide enough to block out anything you don't want in your life. You've heard of Hard Rock Stadium, but have you heard of the Hard Rock?
Well, now you have. Say, this is a really hard rock.
If you find a harder rock, this hard rock is free.
It's kind of funny.
What's the difference? There isn't any. Just kidding. This one is smarter.
Hey, Gail, you know what I love?
You get the idea.
Yeah, I
with
quite
it,
like this one. Yeah,
with
it's good. It's got something to it.
It's funny. That you very clearly see that they are ex-husband and wife as it goes on further with it as well. So yeah, it's good.
It reminded me of one of my favourite YouTube clips of all time, where the guy sets up the ladder and falls down on shopping time. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my god! We're going to divert. I'm going to try and find that.
Oh no!
Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll play that.
Well, I was going to say
we've officially lost the podcast to Gav's live stream.
I think we have. No, yeah, let's do that off pod, Gav.
No, I'm doing it. You can't go there. Here we are. This is.
Oh no, I've gone off the YouTube stream anyway.
Hang on.
I'll have to go back on.
Easy to situation to operate. You just push the buttons in right here on the two sides.
I think that must be what they're basing it on.
Push them in, and that will release it. And right here, push the button in, that releases it, and then after you let go, it locks firmly in place. So really, you're all set. And this is tough.
And this is tough.
Give you an example.
Now I locked it in place.
You have to get up on the wall, high ceiling, vault the ceiling. Hey, listen, just walk right up.
Just walk right up.
It's very safe, it's durable, and
Carol,
it's lightweight.
you're scaring me.
So really, see,
Wow.
now it's locked in place.
You see it's locked?
So really, you say,
Oh, God, Harold, are you okay?
actually, I didn't have it locked. You have to lock it. Once you lock it, you're okay. But it is very safe to operate. So, continue to call for it.
All righty. Well, Harold, I hope you're okay. One thing besides.
Yeah, it's going to be based off. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, God,
is.
yeah. Just seen the fall on the street. Yeah, caught up with the street now.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, we've got a warning. Heads up. I think we might have had some kind of copyright strike, but
I'm not surprised. Yeah,
I think that. Yeah, we ended it there. Right. Okay. Cool.
I think we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
All right.
So now I've locked it in place.
Okay, I think we lost our last lister somewhere around 20 minutes ago. But if you are still here, thank you.
Shout out to you. Yeah.
Shout out to you. Let us know.
We did warn you at the top. It was going to be kind of, the end of the show was going to be a bit loose. So you were warned.
That's true. We did send you to the video. All right, follow the show at UK Steelers Pod. Follow me at Cyril. It's for Gav at GM Boom. Follow Mark at Mesh NFL. All on the old evil Twitter machine. And we'll see you next week, where I'm sure Gav has a long plan and an outline for what we're going to be doing for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Not a small plan. I'm trying to work on getting a guest back from the early days of the pod. I'm working on it. May or may not happen. Little tease there for the little Easter egg for the hardcore that have been around on the 3.5 hour stream. But yeah, we'll see. He might not come. We'll see. All right. See you later.
Tease ultimately taken down there. But yeah, I won't be there next week. But have a good show next week, guys. And I'll see everybody in a couple weeks, hopefully.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy your break.
Will do. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
All right.